Good evening.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Quickly join in. Quickly. We have Rahul sir here.
Good evening, everyone.
Rahul, I have not sent you this wala background.
No.
Would I send you? Wait, I'll send you. देखो सर, I've sent you.
Yes, sir.
WhatsApp. Good evening, everyone. We have a lot of students, right? So there are a lot of you who have come for the first time in a class, right? You can on your cameras, right? Please on your cameras. Let us see your beautiful faces on a Wednesday evening. How do you look at 6:30 a.m. after your college? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, क्या कर रहा है? Rotate क्यों हो रहा है तू?
Now it's okay, sir.
नहीं नहीं, ये नहीं है, बराबर नहीं है, ये वाला नहीं है. तूने मैंने जो भेजा वही लगाया क्या?
नहीं नहीं सर.
वो लगा ना बैकग्राउंड, ये मेरा वाला, उसमें अपना
अलग.
लोगो बड़ा दिखता है, राइट? चलो, वी हैव प्रियांशी, वी हैव श्रेया, वी हैव मिसबा, वी हैव उन्नति. हाउ आर यू ऑल डूइंग? टेल मी. वी हैव राज. राज कैसा है बेटा? रागिनी फ्रॉम लास्ट बैच, विलक्षणा दिस क्वार्टर, राइट? चलो एवरीबॉडी. राज ऑफिस में है क्या?
यस सर.
ऑफिस में, ठीक है, तो कैमरा मत ऑन कर, ठीक है. चलो, रिफा इज देयर. हाय रिफा. चलो, रागिनी इज देयर, राइट? विलक्षणा, माही. चलो, हाँ, अभी अभी नाउ द लोगो लुक्स गुड. चलो, so welcome to the, for a lot of you it is a first batch, correct? Welcome to Super Infinity Education, right? I am the founder of Super Infinity Education, correct? We are just a 3-month old organization, but both of us have worked in this field for a very long time. Most of you have talked with me. You all know how much, what? Tell me. Around, I have a very small career of 3.5, 4 years in teaching, and overall 14 years, right? In what? Total, correct? Somewhere around थोड़ा बहुत 50-55 batches I have taught, correct? छोटा सा number है, right? Right. So just you all are welcome to Super Infinity Education. You will always be our center of attraction, correct? Our students are our epicenter, right? So whatever you have Rahul with you, correct? Rahul sir, Rahul Seervi, right? He's taught FR. We started with very small number of students, okay? In our first batch, I had 3 students, he had 2 students, okay? So we started like that, right? Now we are at what? First quarter we did only 50 students. Now we have done more than that in this quarter. I am more than happy to what? Welcome you all, right? Now one by one, what you do? Tell me. Rahul sir is there. I think most of you are there. 1 or 2 people here are there. They are missing, but they'll join in, right? Some are in the office. Some will join at 7. Who was there who told me that 7 ka timing or something? Vilakshana, no? Tell me. Vilakshana was there. I think she's in the office as of now. So traveling वो कुछ होगा तो 6. Correct now, Vilakshana? You only asked me, no?
Yes.
So you ask everyone थोड़ा 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, ahead or back if you want to do. If everyone is okay, you discuss with Rahul sir. Correct? No issues, right? At least with Rahul sir and me, you be very sure that the class will go on for a very long time. You will have to write a lot, correct? We will trouble you a lot, but at the end, what will happen? You will get good results. Okay? Result is our USP. Okay? I on my hand have 80-85%, 90% result in FM, right? We are venturing out into PM. Sir is taking FR. Most of you are either 5 exemption papers, have done somewhere classes, or have been with Super Infinity since last quarter, right? So most of you, those who are new, correct, relax in. Those who are left with probably, some documentation remaining, quickly, I think Shreya is left with the documentation, Misbah is left with the documentation. Misbah ka I think we have to do in January, correct? Shreya ka we can straight away do, right? In the next week, right? This week to aram se you go through the classes. Next week, please submit all your documents. Manan ka also, if not done in college, correct, we can do it. Priyanshi ka also, I think CA inter wala part tha. Next week में you decide, correct? और वो notes का what we have discussed now, Rahul, please give the notes as of now. See, the FR portion per se has not changed. There are some basic changes which Rahul sir will tell you. Right, this quarter we've not yet received the book from what the sources that we use generally, correct? तो books अभी हम लोग last quarter का use कर रहे हैं, correct? But in the next week or in coming 10-15 days we'll get the book. We'll provide you the, right now you get the soft copy of the book, correct? Once we get the main book, क्या होता है, only certain differences are there. Rahul will take care of that, right? Anything else, you have my number. I'm in the group, correct? Any other query, technical FR query, Rahul sir. Anything other than that, correct? मेरे को FR का F भी नहीं आता, correct? Right, so you cannot ask me FR queries. He is the what? Tell me, उधर उसमें is the forte guy, correct? Anything else other than that? My number, everyone, I think in the group it is there. I think 2 or 3 people are new in the, I think are not in the group and have been added. ऐसा कोई है, right? 1 or 2 people. ठीक है, right? So don't worry on that part, right? Quickly join in the classes. Enjoy first 3 days, right? Whatever your genuine review, let us know. And if you
Yes.
need anything, हाँ बोलो. Yes, Rahul.
No, sir. It's a timing. Many students were asking the timing issue. I mentioned that timing will be based on students' comfort only.
हाँ, तो एक poll we can run in the group, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
I recently we had done FM का 4 to 6:30, but I had to move it to 7 to 9:30. And in the morning I am taking PM, right? So morning 7 to 10 PM चल रहा है, evening 7 to 10 FM चल रहा है, at least with me, right? You can fix your times with Rahul sir. We are very flexible on that front, correct? Also recordings, correct? I'll just tell you about the recordings, right? Once class is done, we'll try same day or in the next 24 to 48 hours, correct? We understand that you have to study. If you miss the lecture, you have to study and come to lecture next day, correct? So we'll try to do it as early as possible. Try to do it in the night. But the genuine problem is once this recording, once you are done with the class, it takes 45 minutes to 1 hour for recording to process and be available on the Zoom ka site, correct? Sometimes it takes 1.5 hour, right? So maybe in the night, if the faculty, if Rahul or me, we are what? Because I have a morning 7 class, so I have to sleep early, correct?
Same,
Right?
sir.
But FR Rahul also has a 9 a.m. class. We have SBR also going on. So if any friends are there, SBR is going on, AFM is going on, correct? So if any friends for SBR or AFM, you can recommend us, correct? And the other parties will try to do the recording as early as possible, right? So if there is any issue on that front, please leave a message in the group, correct? Our groups are open for students. Huh? It is not that you cannot add students, right?
Yeah.
So you can add your friends if they are interested or if they want to come for the demo lectures today, tomorrow, day after. No issues, okay? And aram se you can join in, right? Be communicative in class, ask doubts, right? Irritate the faculty. Faculty loves it, okay? If you ask too many questions, that is okay. We are okay with that, right? So you do what? Tell me. Aram se you sit in class, right? You will have to write a lot. Ask queries, correct? Be very open. Those who have studied with me, probably Ishika knows me. I think Unnati was also there. No, no. Arati was there, right? Arati has learned from me. Or कौन है? Raj है. Raj did FM with us, correct? Right? So be very comfortable. Ragini was there. Ragini also did FM, no? Ragini?
No,
Ragini
sir.
did FR with Rahul, no? Started, but you have to leave midway.
Yeah, midway.
Correct. You keep your cameras on all the time so you can see your face. If you have not understood, if you have understood, right? Whatever it is, he can guide you, right? I have complete faith in this guy, right? I have got people who failed twice or thrice in FR have turned around, right? Their result with him. So I am much more confident with this guy, right? He'll get your board, sail your board through. Lot of practice will happen, lot of questions will happen, right? You can ask your doubts. Try to keep your doubts. You can even, I think, direct message him, right? If class is going on every day, you ask in class only. First priority is ask in class. If you
Yes.
feel that, Arek, kaisa puchu, I am very shy, all that stuff, correct? कि people will laugh, right? अभी तुम बैठे हो मुंबई में, कोई बैठा है दिल्ली में, right?
हाँ.
Even if they laugh, what is the what? क्या होगा, right? So whatever your doubts are, if you feel you're not comfortable asking in the group or asking in the class, WhatsApp पे you have his number, right? Send him. Generally, how to ask doubt? Generally, what I do is question का photo, answer का photo, and your doubt written. So it is easy for him to navigate. Probably he'll use what voice message or something and reply to your doubts, right? So anything else that you need? Any detail from my end? Tell me.
So regarding recordings and the platform, we can.
हाँ, recording we have a Reoplay का platform. First 3 days का recording will be I think on YouTube. I'll put it up, right, and the link will be put up in your what group. So that link also, if your friend wants to join, you want your friend to see the recordings, you can forward the YouTube link. They can view the recordings from there. Come to class, no issue. First 3 days it is free, right? So next week, once the admissions are closed this weekend, correct? Then from next week we can move to a Reoplay app. बोल के we have an app where we update or we upload all the recordings every day, correct? So every day those things will be there. I've already told the team to gather all your names. Once all the names are done, we'll close it off. ये weekend पे we'll close it off, correct? So confirm your admissions by the weekend. Try to do it by the weekend. Next week maybe आगे पीछे we can work it out, right? Any problem? Tell me. We are developing an LMS, okay? I'll talk with Rahul sir. Slowly we'll give you access to that also. MCQs वगैरह जो है class में, we'll start with class में solving MCQs on that platform. 5, 10 MCQs. Slowly then we will develop it nicely. Okay. ठीक है.
The first 3 days the timing will be same, so 6:30 to 9:30 as.
6:30 to 9:30. So then probably next week you could probably change a bit 7 to 10 if everybody is okay.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Take a poll in the group today, tomorrow, right? Close it off, right? Any technical problem regarding lecture not able to join or something of that sort, link to I think Rahul have shared with you, right? That link will be pasted every day in the group. You have to join through that link only. Okay. Chalo. Bye bye. Right. Enjoy your what? Tell me. FR class. Introduce yourself. No Rahul sir. Nicely. Anything? Call me. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye. Yes. Do you know me? 1 or 2 or 3, 4 students will be knowing me. Ishika knows, Ragini knows, 2, 3 students have not yet joined. Again, welcoming you to Super Infinity. Good evening, everyone. So before giving my introduction, please introduce yourself one by one. Hello. Please do say your mother tongue also. Huh? Hindi, Marwadi, Marathi, Tamil, Telugu, whatever. Chalo, one by one start karo. Chalo.
Can I?
Yes.
Yeah. So hi, my name is Priyanshi, and I just completed my graduation, and I am a Gujarati.
Yes,
Yeah.
beta. Okay. Gujarati means, so BCom means 5 paper exemption, 6 paper exemptions.
5.
5. Okay. So this is your first paper.
Yeah.
FR. Okay. Good to know that. Anything else? Working or done with BCom or etc. Are you working or full-time student? Working.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you
I
have to.
just started with that.
Then no issues. You can manage easy. Okay. The next. Chalo, next.
Hello everyone, my name is Ragini Ogirajwali. I am from Maharashtra and I am currently working. I do have 6 paper exemption.
I know Ragini, first paper, last attempt, due to some incident, she was not able to write the paper. Yes or no? This attempt, not leave it, but try to clear it.
Yes, sir, definitely this time I will clear it. I'm gonna give attempt no matter what.
Yeah, then no issues. Next.
Hi, this is Raj, born and brought up from Mumbai. By profession, I am an investment banker, and I have a 6 paper exempted. Basically, I am a MBA finance. Well, currently going on. Last 3 months are left, and I have completed my semi qualification in chartered accountancy.
Okay. Then for you, it'll be a little bit easy, only the FR paper. It'll be same. Your accounting, but the standards which you have learned in Inter AS, You have to forget that. You'll be learning from scratch everything here.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Okay. Next.
Yeah, hi, I am Manan. I am from Pune and I have got six exemptions and I'm doing BCom currently.
Okay. BCom which year?
Integrated course.
Okay. Integrated. Okay. Then no issues. Then no issues. Next. और कौन बाकी है?
Hi, myself Sarati. I am born and brought up in Tamil Nadu, but currently I am pursuing my BCom in Bangalore. Mother tongue is Malayalam.
Bangalore. Which college?
Garden City University.
अरे यार, you are from GCU.
Yeah, GCU students.
Radha ma'am came there.
Yeah, she inspired me to this.
Okay. Hemlata, Jenny, classmate.
Yeah, they are my classmates. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know that. Good to know that. Okay. Next.
Hi, I'm Shikam. I got exemption of 5 and my mother tongue is Hindi and I completed my 2 papers.
I know you, ma.
Yes.
No issues in that. Okay. Then next,
Yes.
anyone? Yes. और कौन बाकी है?
Hello everyone, I'm Shreya. I'm from Kolkata and I'm pursuing my BCom honors first year and I'm from science background. I have switched to BCom and I have 5 paper exemptions.
Okay, you have switched from science background. Okay, in BCom, then what you have understood, ma? First classes.
So for the basics of BCom, मैंने उसका classes लिए थे start करने से college start करने से पहले and with the little basics of accounts का idea मुझे अभी है थोड़ा but I'm still moving to base talk करने के लिए.
Yeah. I need basic only. What debit, what credit, I need that much only. Then other things are simple. Then anyone pending?
Hello, I am.
Okay, yeah. Yes, ma.
I'm studying in Garden City University, Bangalore, and
Yes.
my native is from Bangalore. So yeah,
Mangalore, then why not Bangalore College? Why that?
born in Bangalore, brought up in Bangalore. So
Okay. Then no. Bangalore also you have a lot of colleges.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, Yenupoya?
yes, my cousins are going there.
I had been there. Here also Bangalore branch. There also.
Nice.
Okay then. First paper, no? This is your first paper? 6 paper exemption or 5 paper exemption, beta?
6 paper exemption. This is my first paper.
Okay. So same classmates, GCU.
Yeah.
Okay. The next. So one more student is there from he's also from Kerala. So Kerala, he's not yet joined.
Good
He's
evening.
Yes. Good evening, ma. Nothing.
I have did my bachelor's BBA, 3 paper exemption I will be getting. And I'm running business from last 5 years.
Okay, good to know that. Which business, ma?
I am a cake artist by profession.
Okay. So this will be your first paper, I think so.
Yes, sir.
So BBA means you would have covered basic of accounts. What is debit? What is credit? What is trial balance? What is ledger?
Basically that is theory purpose and I am from Surat.
Okay, koi nahi. We'll manage it. See, when coming to the practical world works totally different. We have to pass the exam. We have to get the marks. So focus will be on passing the exam, not going into deep of the practical world. Simple, basic, keep it straightforward, clear the paper. Simple. Next, anyone? Voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
I'm Ayushka and I have completed my graduation in that. And I got exemption for 5 papers and my cousin is studying. And right now I'm doing an internship related to health advisory.
You're traveling, ma?
Yes.
Okay. No issues. Next, anyone?
Hi, I'm Vilakshana. I'm from Mumbai. I completed my MCom and I got 4 exemption and currently I'm working.
Currently working which company, ma'am?
It's a Singapore-based logistic company.
Okay, then no issues. So B MCom, okay, basics, no issues in that. Yes. Okay, no issues. Chalo. Anyone else?
So my
Ah,
Ajal, I'm from Anapoya, Bangalore.
Yanupoya. Yes, I know you.
Yeah, we met before.
Yes.
Yes. Right now our SMA exam is going on. Today was your subject exam.
Okay. So Afzal, I think this is also your first paper, no?
Yeah, FR.
Yeah. Have you given this paper before?
No, it's my first attempt.
Okay, first attempt. Okay. Anyone here repeater? I hope no one is repeater here. Anyone?
Repeaters.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Artis,
Yes, sir.
Ishika,
Yeah, this is my second attempt
this will be your second attempt. Okay. Then I need
in
60
FR.
FR. So for
Sir.
sure, I
Yeah.
guarantee today only that you'll get more than 65. What I say, follow that.
Sure, sir.
Then anyone else? Repeater?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ishika and okay, 2 to 3 are there. Okay. If mute yourself. If you have taken coaching anywhere else, you will see me different only. The way of teaching is totally different and way of analyzing the paper is totally different. Okay. Done. Did you get to know each other, your friends, etc. XYZ? Any doubts? You can ask me now. Once I start, then no interruption between the classes. No one saying yes, no, XYZ. Yes.
Yeah, I'm from Nagpur. I've just passed 12.
You're not clear, ma. Ispa.
Uh, Hi, myself, Misbah Bhimani. I'm from Nagpur.
Nagpur, okay.
I've just passed my 12, and currently I'm doing BCom.
Okay, BCom, that's your first year?
First year.
Okay, good to know that. So first year means it is integrated course with your college, or are you getting any exemption, etc.?
5 paper extensions have
Five
got.
paper. Tax, okay. Tax is exempt, okay.
Hmm.
Anyone else? How is the weather in north? Here, south, it's raining. Nagpur, Delhi, Mumbai. What is the situation there?
Mumbai also it's raining.
Raining. Okay. North, some Delhi, that side. No one. Okay. Now, can we start? What is the paper which we are learning? The September batch, FR financial reporting. What does financial reporting means? Basic. What does reporting means? I need new of them to answer, not who have already done the paper. What does reporting means? Scratch your heads. Start scratching your heads. What does reporting means? Arre baap re baap.
Financial analysis.
Financial analysis. I am asking the term reporting. Not reporting. What does the term reporting means? Reporting to
Give
some,
some kind of information.
to provide some kind of information. Now, okay. To whom?
To the stakeholders.
Okay, to the stakeholders.
At
Who are the
the,
stakeholders?
no, at the end of financial year, we used to report the companies about statements like profit and loss, all that things.
Okay, someone mentioned profit and loss. Why do we report? What is the basic sense of reporting the P&L balance sheet, cash flow, or some other thing, whatever you mentioned? What is the basic idea behind that?
People generally like company mentions just to raise more finance or if they want to get listed and
Okay, to provide more information to the stakeholders so that they can invest from the company's point of view, we can raise finance. Yes, sir. Or some regulatory requirements, etc. Any other answers?
To understand the current position.
Current position. Okay, someone mentioned the term position, current position. Okay. What does position means? Yes, Raj. you're into investments, no, it will be better that you would give an example for the students, others also.
So where company is standing asset liability in terms of profit, in terms of reserves.
Okay. So I hope you have a basic idea. Financial reporting means presenting the position or the performance of the company, how well the company is running or how well the company is doing, etc. XYZ. Any doubts in this? I hope this is clear. Now, what all will you present in your class 11th and 12th? You have learned basic of P&L, balance sheet, depreciation, something, bank reconciliation, etc. XYZ. You have learned a lot of things, and you have learned what are the golden rules for accounting also. Debit. What is debit for personal account? Debit
What comes in?
for personal account.
Debit all expenses.
Personal account.
Debit the receiver, credit the
Giver. Then real account.
debit what comes in.
Debit comes
Comes
in,
in,
credit what goes
credit
out.
what goes out.
Okay. Then what is the last account?
Nominal.
Nominal.
Nominal account.
Rule. Debit all.
Debit all expenses, credit all
Expenses
incomes.
and losses.
Okay. Then what does depreciation means? You have already studied in your class 11th and 12th, or BCom or MCom, or if you're previously gone. What does BCom depreciation means? Do you know the term what does depreciation means? Anyone?
Process of deducting cost
Process of
over the period of
Decrease in
time.
the value of
The
an asset.
value of asset is decreasing.
Okay, the value of the asset is decreasing. Okay. So what are the things we record in balance sheet, P&L? What are the items do we record mainly?
Assets, liabilities.
Asset, liability, then
Equity.
equity, then
Debt.
debt. Okay. Under asset, what? I also know asset. What are the type of asset, etc. XYZ?
Non-current asset.
Non-current asset.
Current, non-current.
Fixed asset.
Okay. So you know what is non-current, current, what is cash, what is equity, what is share capital, share premium, then what is revenue, what is cost of sale, what is depreciation, etc. XYZ. Any doubts, anyone in this basic terms? Again, we will discuss when we do the standards. I'll explain each and every point. Okay. Now, just starting. Now coming. First, we will discuss the paper pattern and the hack to clear the paper. Now, if you want, you can write down. If not, I'll share this with you also. Is the screen visible? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. See, one important rule. If you're attending the classes, your camera should be turned on so that I can see whether it's clear or not. That is the basic thing I required. And other thing, a notebook, writing and solving. Even though if you're not writing the question, just write down the number, name of the company, do the question. Simple. After each standard, I'll be sharing the notes. As mentioned that as the study text and the study text will be available, will be providing. But until that, refer my notes. My notes are enough. As well as the after each standard, I'll be giving you the list of the question in a PDF. You have to solve it. For each standard, the question will be ranging around 20 to 25 MCQs. Okay, now starting with the paper pattern. So I hope many of them are new to ACCA. So you have a basic idea, no, that ACCA has 3 levels. The first one is knowledge, skill, professional. The knowledge level has 3 papers, skill has 6 papers, and then 4 papers. So for most of you, the knowledge level is exempt. So this paper, financial reporting, has a link with your FA. That is your financial accounting, which you have already studied basic in your BCom or your class 11th and 12th, that we have just discussed now, what is debit, credit, etc. XYZ. Then coming to this financial reporting paper also has a link with SBR, which is the important paper for professional level, and it's compulsory. You do not have choice. You have to give that paper. So here a lot of number crunching will be doing, a lot of solving will be doing. But when coming to SBR, your total your understanding regarding the concept should be very strong to answer the question. So I hope you have an idea how this paper is have a link between the skill, the knowledge, and the professional level. So now starting with the paper pattern, it's for 100 marks. The timing is 3 hours. I hope everyone knows this. 100 marks, and what is the passing? You have to score 50 to pass the exam. Now, when coming to skill in your PM, FM, tax, FR, you have 3 sections. The first one is section A. The second is section B. The third is section C. So it's divided into 3 sections: section A, section B, and section C. The section A will be for 30 marks in total. Section B also 30 marks in total. Section C also will be 40 marks. So now what all will be included? As many of them will be knowing that okay, ACCA has MCQ, we will pass the exam. No, the MCQ will be tricky and you have to avoid silly mistake in reading the question. That is the important point when coming to your skill papers. The question will be for sure easy. Once you have done the question and you see that okay, my answer is wrong. Once you see the answer, you will get to know, arey yaar, I have done this silly mistake. I was knowing it. It's common. How can you avoid this? By practicing all. You have to do a lot of practice so that the exam will be very easy when coming to September. What is the date? September exam date? Anyone? No, it's not 3. 4 or 5? सर वो तो बाद में देख लेंगे सर, पहले पढ़ ले, बाद में बुक करेंगे एग्जाम. Yes sir. You will say sir, first we'll wait for 1 month. Still time is there to book the exam. Okay, no issues in that. But do check it. Now section A, section B, section C, as mentioned, section A is 30 marks, section B 30 marks, section C 40 marks. Section A, in section A you will be having MCQ. Section B also will be MCQ. But the difference between section A and section B is that in section B a case scenario will be given. It would be like 10 or 15 lines. A company would be given, a company has an asset, etc. A question. From that case scenario you will be getting 5 questions. You will be getting 5 questions. So there will be 3 case scenarios. There will be 3 case scenarios. So in section A, you totally have MCQs. 15 questions will be there, each of 2 marks. So total 30 marks in total. 15 questions, 2 marks each, 30 marks total, done. Section B also 15 questions each for 2 marks, 30 marks. But these questions will be divided into 3 case scenario. Case 1, case 2, case 3. Then section C, you have 2 questions. Here you have to type your answers or calculate or present your answer on the Word or the Excel, which will be given. So it's important that from the first day you spend 15 to 20 minutes time on Excel. If your typing speed is very bad, you need a basic typing speed, not very too high, etc. Basic, so that you will not face issue in the exam. As mentioned, section A, 15 questions into 2 marks each, 30 marks total. Here there will be no case scenario, direct question from the topics. Section B, 3 case study questions. 3 case will be there. Each case will be having 5 questions. 5 sub questions will be there. So 2 marks each. So 1 case will be for 10 marks. 1 case will be for 10 marks. And the in total 3 case into 10, 30 marks. Then section C. Section C, as I mentioned, question 1 and question 2. So the first question will be for 20 marks. The second question will be for 20 marks. Now, you are lucky that in section C, you know which area will be tested. In section A, section B, anything can be tested. The entire syllabus can be tested. But I will give you the area which is frequently tested based on my assumption and asking the students who have given the exam based on the past data. So section C, you have first question known as group accounts and single entity. Now, sir, we don't know what does group account means. Basic coming to what does group account means. Let's take an example. If you're earning today, if you're earning money and your parents are also earning, can I say your earning is totally different when compared to your parents earning? You are earning, let's say, per month some amount. Your father, your mother is earning some amount. But when I say, when you count what is the total earning, or when you take the total earning of your family, can I say you're combining the total amount? What is the total earning of yours and your family? Same way here, group accounts means what? If I am a company, I have acquired some other company. I am company A, company B is that I have purchased the company, I have taken that company. In that case, what will you do? You will assume that these two companies are one only. When you see company A, company B are different. But when you prepare the balance sheet and P&L, you'll assume that, okay, these are one only. Mainly, why do we do this? To show our power. Simple. When someone asks what is your earning, you will not say 1 lakh, you will say extra only, no? Why? Why do you do that? Why will you do that? Anyone? Let's take an example of $50,000 you're earning. If someone is asking, you will say $80,000. Why? For impression? Basic, yes or no? Same way here also, group accounts means company A has purchased company B, company A will show its power saying that, okay, this is the value of the asset in total. Simple. Then what does single entity question means? Single, see, either this will come or either this will come. Any one will come. Single entity question means in your class 11th and 12th, you would have done basic, that a trial balance was given. You had to prepare the P&L, you had to prepare the balance sheet. Same way here also. Single entity question means trial balance will be given, some 2 or 3 adjustment will be given. You have to solve it and prepare it. In your class 11th and 12th, if you remember, you had the basic adjustment regarding depreciation, some inventory, etc. But here in little bit detail we'll be learning. So I hope the section C question 1 is clear. And many students will find this question difficult. I don't know why. I will come to this point. How it is easy, this question, these two questions. Then coming to question number 2, it's regarding interpretation of financial statement. Now, what does this mean? Interpretation of financial statement. Now, if I say it's my company known as company A, I have prepared the balance sheet and P&L. If I give this balance sheet and P&L to my dad, will he be able to read it? No. He's a business person. He don't know what is balance sheet P&L. He say go to a CA. He will say कुछ भी काम है CA के पास जाओ सारा कुछ कर देगा वो. Same way here, that means interpretation of financial statement means to interpret what is the company doing, how well is the company growing, etc. XYZ. You would have heard about this EBITDA, etc. XYZ. If you're worked regarding any stock market or if you love finance, etc. What is ROC, what is P ratio, etc. So interpretation means data will be given, balance sheet P&L will be given, you have to interpret. Is this clear? Everyone, what will be coming in section A, section B, section C? I mentioned the 30, 30, 40. Then coming to the syllabus.
So
Yes.
what was this cash marks ratio calculation? Like that would be a 4 to 6 marks per question, like per subsection.
We'll be coming to that better in detail. Each section, how much you should score, what should be your aim, etc. We'll be coming to that. But I hope section A, section C is clear. A, B, C is clear that 30, 30, 20. Section A, MCQs, no case scenario. Section B, case scenario will be that each case will be having 5 MCQ. And then section C, 2 questions that you have to type or present your answer on Excel or word process. Any doubts? Is my pace okay? Am I too fast? What about new members, new students?
No, sir.
No?
It's good, sir.
Yes?
Good, yeah.
Please do confirm me this now only so that I can slow down my pace if you want. Okay. So now coming to the syllabus. Syllabus I have divided into 5 parts. You will not find this anywhere. I have divided by on my own 5 parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. Do you see anything highlighted here? Which one? Red or the 18?
Yeah.
Red or 18? I see the 18 one. अरे यार सब ब्लैक में तो लिखा है ये. This has been written in big. This is the new standard which has been introduced. Now what is standard? What is an accounting standard? Anyone? When I mentioned that you have to communicate to the shareholders how well the company is doing, how will you communicate? It has a language. It has a language. That language is known as what? Standards. International accounting standards. International financial reporting standards. They will give you the guidance. How should you treat a machine? How should you treat the factory which you have? How should you treat the office building which you have? If you have any receivables, how should you treat it, etc. So the way we communicate is through IS and IFRS. So now coming to part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. Part 1 will be regarding your asset. Which type of assets? Your non-current asset. What does non-current asset means? I hope that everyone the term non-current asset is clear. Any doubts you can ask me now. We will be discussing this again when we start with IAS 16. If you have any doubts, ask me now. I'll clear it. Basic non-current asset means which will provide you benefit more than 12 months, like your phone, like your laptop, like your building, etc. XYZ. So this part 1 will include the accounting standards relating to non-current asset parts, and this is important. This will form your base. Here, first two standards, if you understand, then the flow of all the IS and IFRS will be easy. So in exam, based on my assumption, the part 1 will be tested for 25 to 30 marks. It is not given anywhere. ACC also never mentions, but I say for sure, if you see any previous year paper, any mock, etc., for sure it will be there. Part 2. Coming to part 2, what we will be covering. Part 2 is very important when coming to FR and SBR also. In part 2, we will be covering the standard regarding revenue. When should you record revenue? What is the amount of revenue you should record? How will you do the treatment for taxation? How will you record what is your receivable, what is your payable? These all things we'll be learning. So I will not say what are the standards regarding, but I've just presented. Once we jump into the syllabus, the detailed one, we'll discuss that. No need to discuss now. Then coming to part 3, this part 2, approx 30 to 35 marks. Important part. And section B questions are from this part. Section C, I mentioned you will be having 3 case scenario. If it's your good day, you could have 2 questions from this. Straightforward. We'll be learning 5 standards. 2 standards will be tested. In that one, the standard regarding taxation, very rare. Taxation, very rare. So 4 out of 4, if it's your good day, you'll be having 2 questions straightforward from that. If not, 1 question. 1 question for sure will be there. The last attempt also, it was regarding lease, financial instrument, EPS. 3 also came from this only.
From part 2.
Part 2.
Okay.
So 30 to 35 marks. Then coming to part 3. In part 3, what we will be discussing? In part 3, we will be discussing small standards, which are mostly theory. And you know, nowadays, ACC has been promoted in India a lot. Everyone knows it's booming. So now, as it's booming, the exam level is also getting tougher. It's not getting tougher, but the examiner, instead of giving 10 practical questions, they'll give 6 and add 4 theory questions. In theory questions, students will do silly mistake. So this part 3 will be regarding what? Most of your theory concepts, theory as well as practical, and it is very important for your section A. It is very important for your section A. Last attempt also, this area, 5 to 6 questions were there. IS2 means what? Inventory. How will you record your inventory? If you have your inventory in your business, how will you record it? We'll be learning that. IS8 will be coming. IS10, you don't know. IS21. IS21 is regarding foreign exchange risk. If I am a supplier today and I have a customer in US, so he'll be paying me after 3 months. So what is the risk for me? The risk is that the US dollar going up or down. Basic sense. Then IS 37 will be learning. IS 41. IS 41 is regarding agriculture. How will you account for a cow? How will you account for tractor? Then how will you account for any banana tree, etc., etc., XYZ. Is this clear? The part 1, part 2, part 3 will cover the IS and IFRS, the accounting standards. If you have done your BCom also, you would have learned the basic accounting standard. AS, inventory, some depreciation, etc., XYZ. So the part 1, part 2, part 3 will cover mostly your standards. Any doubts, anyone? Till now, part 1, part 2, part 3? Part 3, I say it's around 20 to 25 marks. Now this part 1, part 2, part 3 is important for your section C. This question, which I mentioned, no single entity. Single entity I mentioned that the trial balance will be given and some adjustments will be given. Those adjustments will be based on what? Part 1, part 2, part 3. Part 3 very rare, part 1 and part 2 mostly. Then coming to part 4. Is this important or not? It's important. Part 4, consolidation. That means group accounts. I mentioned that A and B will be assumed one company and you will prepare the balance sheet and P&L. So this is important for section C. If you have written the exam, you know that, okay, sir, if consolidation comes, I will pass my exam. Yes or no? If you have given your paper, FR paper, you will say, sir, that, sir, consolidation aa jaye to pass ho jayenge, sir. Why do students still think that consolidation is easy when compared to single entity? Single entity is also easy, consolidation is also easy. If you practice lot of questions, everything is easy only. Students neglect single entity, saying that, sir, it is tough. It's not tough. You are learning part 1, part 2, part 3 for 60 days, 60 to 70 days. You are perfect in that. You can easily do it. Then see, if part 4, if you're not getting any question in section C, if you get a single entity question, then part 4 will become important for section A also. Section A, for sure, 2 questions regarding consolidation, like we'll be seeing what are the type of question there. So I hope part 4 is also clear. This one will range around 20 to 25 marks. Okay. Then coming to part 5. In part 5, we'll be covering one standard known as IAS 7, which is your cash flow. Have you learned the basic of cash flow in your BCom or MCom or MBA or anywhere else? What does this mean? What does cash flow means?
I think
Cash
inflow and
inflow,
outflow of
outflow.
expenses,
Okay, inflow, outflow. So would have learned about
operating, financial.
And it's investing.
Okay, what about others? Please do say me. Manan, Unnati, Aarti, Afzal, Raj. I hope you know what does operating means, what does investing means, what does financing means. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Not also, because we'll discuss, no issues. If you don't know anything, I will discuss each and every point. Do not keep in the mind that, sir, others know everything, I don't know anything. No, everything I'll start from scratch, as mentioned. Then, so I hope IAS 7 cash flow, this topic many students will leave. Yes or no? Ishika, Aarti, am I right or not? Did you do
Yes,
cash?
sir.
Yes, sir.
नहीं सर, आएगा ही नहीं. अगर दिन खराब है, if it's your bad day, आ गए तो क्या करोगे? What will you do? And it's nothing, a format is there. You should just know the ledger, your T account in your class 11 12 T account, opening closing उतना ही चाहिए और कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए. That much only you need to know. The T account basic, opening closing, take the figure, paste it there, get easy cash marks. This will be covering interpretation of financial statement. As mentioned, this is also important. Now in interpretation, 20 marks it can come. Now understand that the cash flow which is there, no, will not come in your section C. A full question will not come. Once we start cash flow, again I'll mention. Then coming to theory topic known as conceptual and regulatory framework. This is the most important topic of your FR. Section A, for sure question, 2 questions. If it's your good day, 3 questions. If you are lucky, you can have 3 questions. Last attempt, 2 questions were that straightforward. And I did this chapter at last only. It's theory I've done before 15 days of the exam. I know it is easy, straightforward. So these 3 things we'll be doing at last only. Now, what does conceptual framework and regulatory framework means what? Now, in India, there are a lot of religions. Each religion has their own principles and rules. Same way here also, in accounting, when you have to report someone, when you have to present financial statement, some basic rules are there. You have to follow those basic rules to prepare the balance sheet and P&L. Regulatory means in which country you are, what is the regulatory requirement of the government, what is the government saying you, whether you should present the P&L or the balance sheet, how, what is the format, etc. Is the syllabus part clear? I have break down this into 5 and how important it is. This part 5, 20 marks for sure. For sure, interpretation question will be there. It is for sure in section C. Okay, I hope the syllabus part and the paper pattern of the exam is clear. I had to show you the CB platform also. You know, no, ACCA has its own study materials, a lot of resources. If you're new, do have an idea that ACCA has study hub where content is there, questions are there. It also has a CB platform. Today was the date, June 18, that they were introducing a new CB platform. I don't know it has been introduced or not, but just before I logged in the class, it was not there. So once it is there, we will look to it. So just a practice platform where you can practice, you will get a lot of questions, etc. XYZ. So the syllabus part and the marking scheme is clear. The way I've mentioned, part 1, 20 to 35 marks, part 2, 30 to 35 marks, part 3, 20 to 25 marks is not given anywhere. The examiner also will never say this. The examiner says that anything can come in the paper. But you only think when you're learning this much, the examiner will try to give questions from important topics or not. Some important topics for sure. If I say that you have to prepare a question paper for third standard student, can I say you will give the basic of addition, multiplication, some questions few? If I say you have to prepare a maths paper, out of 10 questions, 2 questions you will say that okay, बच्चा है, 2 question दे देते हैं इसको. Same way the examiner also will think and make the question paper. It's not that they'll make a question paper tough. Do understand from today, have the mindset that the question paper will not be tough. It will be easy. 60 to 70% of the paper will be easy. The rest 30% I will be saying how to deal. Now coming to the hack to pass FR. If you are active on LinkedIn, you would have come across this post. No one has written. I have written this, and many students mentioned this me that sir, this we were not knowing only before. As I mentioned, I have taken 2 or 3 batches for FR. This only helped them. Nothing other than this. If you have already given the paper, if you have learned somewhere else, and if you are seeing this the first time, you will only analyze it. Okay, this is something magic on the first day I have given you. Section A, section B, section C. Now you say me, your paper is for 100 marks. Passing 50. So can I say your accuracy should be 50% or more? I never say that your accuracy should be 50%. I say your accuracy should be more than 65%. So 100 into 65, this means how? 65% means how much? 65 marks. Pass. It's a very good score. Now, how to get the 65 marks? Come, we'll see in detail. Section A, 15 questions, 2 marks, 30 marks in total. And for sure, today only I'm guaranteeing you 8 to 9 questions will be easy. That we would have already done in the class. The numbers would change, the name of the company or little bit up and down. Not more than that. 8 to 9 questions will be easy. If I say 9 questions are easy, 18 marks done in section A. Your accuracy is 60%. Your accuracy is 60%. Do understand that. Many students will say you, ayo, section A will come tough. No, I say out of 15 questions, 8 or 9 questions will come easy. It's not our last batch also. Just 1 week before they have given the exam, they mentioned, sir, nothing was new for us because the practice which we have done was ample. 3 to 400 MCQs in the class, 30 to 35 questions of section C in the class. Nothing was pending which you had to do. So in section A, your aim should be that you should avoid silly mistake in this 8 or 9 questions. You'll be able to identify, I really guarantee. As you do the preparation, you will be able to identify, okay, ye to easy hai. You should avoid mistake in that question. Important part for this, part 1, 3 and 5. From part 4 and part 2 also it can come. But lot of questions come from part 1, 3 and 5. Part 5, for sure ratio questions too will be there. Calculate ROC, etc. like that. And 2 questions from the conceptual and regulatory framework. Conceptual and regulatory framework. Then coming to section B. In section B, as I mentioned, 3 case scenarios will be coming. 5 questions. Each case scenario will be each case will be having. Now do understand here. Last attempt also in section A, theory questions were a lot. Usually the examiner gives 4 or 5. In order to do the paper little bit tricky, add 2 more. But out of that 2, 1 will be easy, and out of the 4, 2 will be easy. 3 questions will be easy. Today only I am saying you. Coming to section B, first case, you will have 5 questions. Either you can have 3 practical questions, 2 theory questions, 2 practical or 3 theory. In total, this could be the range. If you have a case scenario, one case scenario, you will have 5 questions. Out of that 5, either 2 will be practical, you have to calculate. 3 will be theory regarding that topic. And I'll mention what is the theory that the examiner will ask you. Or it could be 2 practical, 3 theory. And do understand that out of 5 questions, 2 will be damn easy, straightforward. 1 practical question, 1 theory will be straightforward, easy. 2 questions easy. And 1 third question also will be easy. What you will do? You will not read the question carefully. And or mistake you will do, you will tick the answer with confidence saying that I know this, okay, correct. No, it will be sometimes wrong. You have to see that. So out of 5, 3 questions will be damn easy. So this applying to the all the 3 case scenarios, 3 into 3. Can I say 9 questions are easy only here? If anyone here have given the paper, please say me, please say the other students, is this the way which I've analyzed the paper? Is it for sure the same way? Yes or no? If you have given your mocks or any exam, yes or no? Ishika, you have given the paper. Yes. Anyone else? Aarti, what about you? Did you feel the same way which I'm explaining now when you gave your FR exam?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, yes, sir.
Who's the other? Okay, yes. So I'm saying, I say many students this, I say many skill level students, they will be in confidence because last to last batch has taken a revision batch. I knew that. Many were saying, sir, we know, sir. But I know once who students who score more than 70, 75, 82, 85, I know they mentioned with us. One of the student last time I guided 82. Simple. Following this, avoid silly mistake in these questions, automatically you will increase your marks. So here, what should you do? Your accuracy should be again 60%. So can I say 9 questions? Out of 30 questions, 9 plus 9 is how much? 18 questions should be correct. So your aim should be of scoring how much? 36 marks. But this 36 is the minimum you should score. I am saying the minimum. I have written here minimum. Your aim should be that you score 40 marks in section A and section B. Whenever you write the mocks during 1 week before the exam, you will be writing 5 mocks, which I'll be saying you. And after each mock, you have to update me what is your score in section A, section B. First mock, I guarantee today only it will be 25 to 30. Second mock, 30 to 35. After that, 35 to 40. And after that, it will be more than 40 only. Follow this, it will be easy. Why I mentioned that 9 questions, these 9 questions will be for sure easy. Sometimes a difficult question also comes. Can I say sometimes you will be very good with difficult question solving? We say no, in when coming to professional level, we say that writing too long answers that you have done in your BCom. Okay, kuch bhi diya likh do, marks de denge teacher. Write anything, teacher will give you marks. No, that will not work in professional exams. The same way here, sometimes a very tough question will be there, you will be able to solve. A simple basic question will be there, you will do mistake. Avoid it. So in section B, I say very important is what? Part 2, part 3. 2 and 3. Part 1 is also important. Write down your part 1 is also important. Last attempt, the other set had part 1 question regarding 3 or 4 standards mixed together. In section B, what should you aim? You should aim on, in theory question, you should aim on elimination technique. Elimination technique means 4 sentences, you'll have 4 choice. Remove 2. For sure, as we do standard, we'll do questions in the class. You will see that, okay, sir, from 4 options, 2 are not relevant only to the scenario. Out of 2 only you have to decide. In that out of 2 is your game, that you score more than 80 or 75. Is this clear? Section A, section B? Now coming to section C. Anyone, any doubts, you can ask me now. If not, I'll move to section C. If you're new, you will find that you are studying FR for the first time, saying, sir, ये क्या है सर, ACCA है कि क्या है? ये मत सोचो कि BCom है, दिमाग से हटा दो. If you are thinking that this is BCom, remove this from your head. नहीं है BCom. Or if you do hard work, for sure you will clear the paper. I've seen. As sir also mentioned that students 2 or 3 attempts, just gave me 30 days, 35 days, 65. Follow what I say, do each and everything. If you do everything, what is the examiner can do? If you have learned, if you have prepared well, for sure you'll pass the exam. If you have learned full detail, you have learned what is the maximum the examiner can ask from this topic, वही आएगा, उससे ऊपर कुछ भी नहीं आएगा. I guarantee that. Why I'm saying with guarantee? It's not based on one or two students. It's based on many ACCA papers. I've guided a lot of students for ATX also. After 2 attempts in 30 days cleared. SBR in 25 days they have cleared. So just follow the basics. Do not complicate your life. If you're attending the classes, do learn the concept, revise it, do questions that day itself. Coming to section C, you have two questions. Question 1, question 2. Question 1, as I mentioned, consolidation of single entity, 20 marks. Even if question is tough, I am saying the worst case scenario. Even if the question is tough, 12 to 14 marks will be easy. That you would have already covered in the class. In consolidation, 5 steps are there. Follow that, get 12 to 14 marks. Even your balance sheet is not tallying. As account student, we have the phobia what? Arey sir, balance sheet to tally nahi hua. Yes or no? Do you have this or not? I can see you all. So smile or react, please. Okay. वो रहता है दिमाग में सर बैलेंस शीट तो टैली नहीं हुआ. Last attempt, one student balance sheet did not tally. Last to last batch, 18 marks. The balance sheet did not tally. Out of 20, got 18. Don't crack your head sitting that sir balance sheet तो tally नहीं हुआ. क्या करें? Sir examiner marks नहीं देगा. देगा examiner. I will show you how the examiner will give you marks. Addition करने को 10,000 plus 10,000 20,000 लिखने को marks है. 0.5 marks, 1 marks. Get those. Be calm and get those marks. So 12 to 14 marks is easy. If anyone have done consolidation or single entity questions, you can guide other students. You can say them for sure this works. If you panic, then this will not work in the exam. Then you will do silly mistakes and come. Depreciation you had to do divided by 5. You will do divided by 5. You will forget to do into 6 by 12. Then coming to the next question. As I mentioned for consolidation, part 4 is important. For single entity, part 1, part 2 and part 3 is important. So your accuracy is how much here? When coming to section C, I say your accuracy should be 70%. Accuracy should be 70%. Why? Basic marks will be there, which you will be knowing once you do the concept. Coming to question number 2. Question number 2, interpretation. Interpretation, sir, 20 marks full interpretation aayega kya? Nahi. You will have 6 to 7 marks for ratio calculation. Calculate what is ROC, what is ROE, calculate what is gross profit margin, what is net profit margin, what is inventory days, receivable days, etc. If this is not there, then you could have some 6 or 7 marks calculation regarding consolidation. If consolidation is not coming in section C, question 1, if single entity is coming, then in question 2, you will for sure have consolidated related interpretation. Once we come to that, we will discuss that in more detail. So do understand that out of this 26 to 7 marks will be easy. Any paper, if you have written, you would see that this works. And this, if you do wrong now, at the last moment, it will be problematic. Don't do this ratio calculation wrong. Learn the ratios and do it proper. Then coming to interpretation, it will be for 12 to 15 marks. Many students say, sir, itna likh ke aate marks hi nahi dete examiner. What do you do? BCom exam जैसे लिख के आ जाते हो, जो भी आता है मन में क्वेश्चन भी छाप देते हो. I've seen students. I do teach in colleges, so I know reputed colleges also. क्या करते क्या नहीं करते स्टूडेंट्स. क्वेश्चन का क्वेश्चन छाप देते हैं कि सर मार्क्स दे देंगे, 10 में से 2 तो दे देंगे. मैं तो 0 देता हूं सीधा. Because you have to understand that ACCA will not give you marks for writing the question. ACCA mentioned this in the examiner report also. Okay, many students do that. In interpretation, write down simple sentences, get 1 marks each. Now you only say me why gross profit will go up. What is the formula for gross profit? If you know revenue minus cost of sale, you will get some GP. You normally would have heard the term GP margin. You calculate. If I say your GP margin is 20%, that means what? That means what? What does GP margin of 20% means? What does this mean? GP margin.
Profit.
Profit after what? Can I say profit after the cost of goods sold? Yes. So if I say this gross profit margin is increasing, last year it was 20%, this year it became 22%. Why there is an increase of 2%? Now you only say me. Can I say if the revenue is going up, for sure gross profit will increase. If previous year you have sold 10,000 units and this year if you have sold 30,000 units, for sure profit ऊपर ही चला जाएगा. For sure, profit will increase. Or either it could be that your cost is coming down, your revenue is not going up. The cost which you incur to purchase a pen, you're selling a pen by $10 and you're purchasing at $5. Either it could be that you're selling at 12 and the cost is 5, or selling at 10 only and your cost is 4. Either two of one thing will happen. This will be given in the question. Identify, write down the answer, why it is increasing. If you write down this much only, saying that to the examiner or the answer that the gross profit margin has increased by 2%, the examiner will not give you marks. If you say it is very good to the company, no marks. Write down what is the reason why this 2% is increased. In simple English, you will get marks. Is this clear? The way you have to have the mindset from first day of your preparation for your FR September 25. Any doubts, anyone now? किसी को कुछ डाउट पूछना है? No doubts? Okay.
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay, what about others? Manan, Raj, Shreya?
I have that
No,
one
sir.
com.
Yes, yes, Unnati.
सर लाइक हम लोग एग्जामिशन लेते हैं, ठीक है, फर्स्ट लेवल का, तो
हाँ.
क्या वो चीज हमें आगे काम आती है, लाइक यू नो दैट बेसिक्स वुड बी कवरिंग दैट आई नो,
हाँ.
बट व्हाट अबाउट द रेस्ट ऑफ द पार्ट, लाइक इज इट सो कि पहले हमें वो स्टडी करना चाहिए फिर इधर आना चाहिए, और वी कैन डायरेक्टली जंप इनटू?
Directly jump into, I say. You believe me, you jump into, you will see your results. Simple. It's important that you study from the exam point of view. अगर आपको बोले कोई तो लेजर कैसे बनाते, ट्रायल बैलेंस कैसे बनाते टैली में, ऐसे आप कर दोगे if you have worked. But when coming to the same, when coming to audit exams, it's like that. You can do very good audit. You're working in the audit field, but to pass the exam is very difficult, because to pass the exam you have to do certain thing. You have to write down certain points. You have to learn that. And as I mentioned, what are the standards which are covered in your FA? I will cover each and everything in scratch and from basic. And mentioned, I only want you to know debit what comes in, credit what goes out, that etc. You should know the basic how to pass a journal entry. Over the time you will be expert in that also. Do understand that? Manan, clear hai bete?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Paki ka video on hai. I can only see 6 to 7 of them. So this is the, you can find out this on my LinkedIn post also, if you want. Then chalo now. What I've written in blue. Examiner will never make the whole paper tough. 58 to 62 marks will be easy or manageable. 20 marks will need careful reading. What I say, careful reading. It requires reading. You will see a lot of time in the class when we do MCQ. Sara padne mein galat. English, the sentence. What is the sentence saying? What is the question? You have to understand what is the question saying you first. Then you can do the question. 18 to 20 marks will test deep application. That is especially in theory. And it will be easy. I say that follow elimination technique. Your life will be very easy. When coming to all the levels, I have some basic rules. When coming to your knowledge level, I say that do reverse engineering. Do reverse engineering. The most of the questions in MA, FA, BT are reverse engineering. Means, okay, आपने revenue minus cost of sale is equal to GP. You should know GP is equal to what? When coming to skill, follow elimination technique. When coming to professional level paper, try to write short answers and relevant points. Now, what are the tips? First point, cover the full syllabus. So we'll try to cover, as I mentioned, a lot of questions will be done in the class. As soon as I do the topic, I mentioned that, okay, these 8 questions or 6 questions are pending. Do complete it. So by third week of August, we'll be completing by August 20 or 21st or 22nd. After that, immediately you will start writing your mocks. Then question practice is important after each class. Topic then practice question. Mocks. Now coming to one more tip to mock. If you have your exam morning 9 to 12, you know that you have 2 slots, morning and afternoon. If you have your exam morning, do write the mock at the same time, morning on 9 to 12. So that train your brain for 5 or 6 days continuously, so that when you write your exam, you will not be under pressure. You will feel easy. Okay, 5-6 दिन से एग्जाम ही लिख रहा हूं घर पर बैठ के, आज भी क्या है, जाके एग्जाम ही तो लिखना है, कुछ नया नहीं करना है उधर. Is this clear? This important. Time management, first day it will not be, over the time as you practice it will come. Basic typing आना चाहिए. I say from today only, if you are very slow at typing, just spend 30 to 20 minutes on Excel or Word. You'll be good with that. फोन में टाइपिंग करना बात अलग है, ये कंप्यूटर पीसी और लैपटॉप पर करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. For the first time, it's not difficult, but this generation everyone has laptop etc, so they'll have good speed only. And do understand sir, type करते समय spelling mistake होगा etc, examiner marks cut करेगा? No, the examiner will not reduce the marks because you have done a spelling mistake. The examiner also understand that okay, the student is in a pressure to write an exam. When coming to professional level, it matters, not in skill that much. Your sentence framing should be little bit okay, that the examiner understand. ऐसा नहीं कि पूरा इंग्लिश को ही घुमा दिया है, वो नहीं करना है. You should not do that. Avoid silly mistakes, especially for easy calculation questions and theory. This was from my side. How should your mindset be from the day one? Now, what is the time? It's 7:42. Every day we'll take a break at 8 to 8:20 or 8:15. Now, any doubts? You have, let's say you have 10 to 15 minutes. You can ask me any doubts. After that, we'll take a break, come back and start with the syllabus of basics. Basic क्या है FR का? Abhi now, say me anyone.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, like, on minimum, like, daily basis, what, like, how many hours can we study? Do you expect us to study?
Okay. I require only you to do revision and solve question. As many of them mentioned that you are in college, so Saturday, Sunday will be holiday. What about others? Saturday, Sunday
I'm working.
You are working, so Saturday difficult. Sunday to hoga.
Yes.
Yes, so that means you have to work hard on Sundays. Others, your other friends will be enjoying, but you have to work hard so that you can do better. Simple. Saturday, Sunday. What about others? Ragini, you are working, I know. Ishika is full-time students, I know. Then
So right now my sem exam is going on.
Afzal, no tension. I know you. You have to do a lot of practice. You for sure will clear the paper. If you focus on the first day, do the topic given today itself. Do not think, okay, sir, 2 महीना पड़ा है, 2 months are left, we will do the exam. No, ये मत रखो. This is the bad idea which you are keeping from the first day. Avoid this. आज पढ़ा है, क्वेश्चन कर लो, खत्म हो जाएगा. Or when coming to last 10 or 15 days, again do those questions if you're not able to do for the first time. Yes, anyone else? Afzal, exam means for 3 days only, no? Or it's your same exam, bete?
It's sem exams, like it ends in 24th.
Okay, no issues. 24th. Okay, no issues. That also will be basics only. Chalo. What about others? Any doubts? Shreya, Ragini, okay, usko nahi रहेगा doubt, I know. Then Misbah, Mahi. No doubts? कोई डाउट नहीं है? अरे बाप रे बाप, मेरे को लगा कुछ ना कुछ तो आएगा, पॉपअप होगा डाउट. Any doubts? Then I hope the paper pattern and the syllabus, how we have divided, and the have to pass the exam is clear. The mindset, this is the mindset you should have. Section A, Section B, Section C. Aarti, no doubts? See, first 3-4 days are very slow. As you be comfortable with me, we'll pick up the pace. Last batch? Yes.
Sir, coming from science background, base मेरा regarding other commerce students से उतना match तो शायद नहीं करे. तो is there anything extra that you would tell me कि लग सकता है या कुछ?
थोड़ा बहुत बिजनेस के बारे में समझ में आता है ना? You know little more basic. How does the world run? उतना ही चाहिए मेरे को. If you want to learn basic, just go on YouTube. Just learn, okay, basic of accounts क्या है, कैसे trial balance बनता है, कैसे ledger बनता है. Learn that. I say.
I have that basic idea, but so will that be okay?
उतना ही. Yes, this much is required. This much is enough.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Anyone? Any else doubt? I say that you have to do smart work. Okay, hard work भी करते हैं students. With hard work, you have to do little bit smart work also. That is required. Managing your time properly. आज बोला आज ही कर दिया, नहीं तो within 2 or 3 days complete it. And smart work means okay, नहीं आ रहा है topic, don't stress a lot. Okay, नहीं आ रहा है सर, क्या होगा नहीं. Avoid this. पहली बार कर रहे हो कुछ, पहली बार सीख रहे हो, learning anything, something for first time. Will you be expert? No. When you went to first standard, were you able to do 2 plus 2 on the first day itself? No. 2 in the mind, 2 on the fingers. उसके पहले 4 पेंसिल रख के बताते थे, 2 on other side, 2 on other side. Then they were saying okay 4 है total. वैसे ही करना इधर भी. Okay then. I hope the paper pattern, how we will be going up with. Okay, coming to that, how we will be covering the syllabus. First we'll complete the part 1. Do understand that in part 2 we will cover 3 important standards first. 3 important standards. Then we will shift to part 4. So the way I will be doing is, write down this. First we will do part 1, then part 2. 3 important standards we will be doing first. That is revenue, lease and FI. FI means financial instrument. Then we will jump to part 4. Part 4 we will be doing consolidation. कंसोलिडेशन मतलब दो एंटिटी को एक ही समझ के P&L और बैलेंस शीट बनाना है. दैट मींस A and B company should be assumed one and you have to prepare it. Then we will start with again part 2, 2 topics remaining. 2 topics. Along with that we will be doing part 3, small standards. And then as I mentioned part 5 we will be doing last. Part 5, in part 5 interpretation I have a different approach. Interpretation from August first week only you will start reading the question and reading the answer by yourself. You have to do that. कुछ भी नहीं समझ में आएगा, कुछ भी नहीं आएगा, but I want you to do that. I will take one or the other class and I'll explain you the basic ratios. I want you to read the question, read the answer for first 5 or 10 questions and get adjusted with that. Then we will be having some special session for interpretation. This is the way we'll be doing. Now coming, as mentioned, Saturday, Monday to Friday, you'll be having classes. Once you confirm you enroll, we will decide on the time, or we can take one day off on the week and keep Sunday also class. Because last batch also I had done that only. I had taken Saturday, Sunday good time so that we had done a lot of question practice in the class only. I require that from your side. We will discuss that. So therefore, now the timing will be this. Any doubts in this now? Chalo now, can we take a break now? Yes? Time
Yes.
क्या है? What is the time? 7:50. So come by 8:10. I'll give you good break today. 20 minutes. 20 minutes break you have. Come back by 8:10. चलो come back. Come back.
यस सर. सर आपने लेक्चर्स की टाइमिंग वगैरह कैसे बताया?
Just timing for the coming 3 days 6:30 से 6:30 9:30. After once everyone has enrolled, it will be starting actually. We can decide half an hour here and there from 6 to 9 or from 7 to 10 वैसे.
Okay, and Monday to Friday.
Monday to we will decide that. We will decide based on the student etc. We'll decide whether Saturday Sunday भी रख सकते हैं to give 1 day off in weekdays etc. We'll decide that. Will be based on the comfort of the student only. Turn on your cameras. Chalo fast, come back.
So which kit we should follow, like Kaplan, BPP?
I will be saying that all. No issues in that. That I'll be saying. I only will be giving question bank. Do it. I'll be combining all the questions from the previous year papers. I'll combine and give it. Last batch also was not able to give due to because we had done questions in class only. This time we will see if we have good number of hours. If you have studied from Chinmay sir, you know that 140 hours, 160 hours, 120.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. If last batch I also 160 to 180 hours I had taken. In that section C, 40 questions we had done. MCQ a lot, 300 to 400 MCQs in the class only I had done. उसके ऊपर क्या करोगे आप?
Okay.
So that will depend. What is the timing, etc. schedule. I'll try to do a lot of the questions in the class as possible. Okay, chalo, turn on your cameras. I can see on the other screen, please. If any issue, if it is difficult for you, then no issues. So I hope the paper pattern, everything is clear. Syllabus, what is the mindset you should have from the first day, so that you will have no other doubts in this. First day, have this mindset, everything will be good. Okay. Chalo then, let's start the basic now. Which one is good, handwritten notes or typed one? Feedbacks, I need feedbacks. किसका क्या फीडबैक है देखते हैं. हाँ.
Handwritten.
Handwritten.
Handwritten, sir.
Okay. Because in handwritten, it will be concise. It will be short. For some chapters where I think that it is important for theory, etc., I will give you typed only. Where? Okay. So now.
Yes, sir.
सर ये क्या लिखा है सर? 5 elements of financial statement ऐसे ऐसे कुछ समझ में आ रहा है जो लिखा है स्क्रीन के ऊपर? What is written on the screen? Can you understand? Asset, liability, equity, income, expense. Before that, what do you prepare as an accountant? Let's take you have qualified ACCA. Before qualified ACCA, you don't know anything about ACCA. You go and work in any CA firm or you have done your BCom. What do you prepare to present the information about the company? Financial statements? Yes or no? What are the financial statements? Financial statement means what? What all? एक तो मालूम है सर बैलेंस शीट है. For sure you know balance sheet, P&L. Other than this, do you know anything? Or these two only?
Cash flow.
Cash flow. Okay, someone mentioned about cash flow. Cash flow means what? You know that profit is not equal to the cash flow. Profit is not equal to the cash flow. So that is the reason we prepare a statement saying that what is the inflow during the year, what was the outflow during the year, so that you get to know what is the net amount with you in the business. Okay, you say that profit you have done 1 lakh rupees, but in the bank account you only have $10,000, 10,000 rupees. That means you're not properly managing your cash. That is the reason we also prepare cash flow. So 3 done. P&L means SOPL. So in your class 11 12th you say, sir, what do you say this?
Statement of profit.
No, basic in class 12th.
Profit and loss account. Profit and loss account.
Loss account. Now slowly you have to use the term known as what? Statement of profit and loss. Statement of profit and loss. When coming to the next one, statement of financial position. So ये तो पहली बार सुन रहे हैं अपन. Statement of financial position means what? Your balance sheet.
Balance.
Asset liability. How do you prepare your balance sheet in class 12th? Class 11th and 12th ऐसे ही कुछ बनाते थे ना? Which side asset etc. किस side आएगा asset?
Debit side.
This side. This side assets.
Left side. No.
This side?
Right
Left.
side.
No, sir.
This side?
Sir,
Yeah.
liability and asset.
नहीं, before that, चलो before that. You have learned the equation asset is equal to liability plus capital. अभी बताओ क्या किधर जाएगा? This is the way you have learned. This side asset.
Liability, sir.
This side liability.
and asset. Yeah.
Yeah, liability and what here?
Asset.
Right side asset. Either liability and capital.
Capital.
Yes. ये सबको clear है. This is clear to everyone. I am not talking
Yes.
regarding ACCA ऐसे नहीं. Class 11, 12 का बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. I am talking about class 11th and 12th basic. Liability. So can I say asset is equal to liability plus capital? You know that. But now in ACCA you will not be following this. You will be following a format which will be learning. I will not say you now. A change is that. Do understand this much. And so you mentioned SOPL, SOFP, P&L बनाते, balance sheet बनाते, statement of cash flow. Then can I say what do you record in capital? When it coming to capital, what all you record? If it is a listed company, can I say in capital you record share capital, which you have learned in basics, something known as share premium, and something known as retained earnings. Retained earnings means what?
Reserves.
Then
Profit.
profit. Okay, then retained earnings means what? The amount which,
And surplus.
The amount left after paying to everybody.
yeah, the amount left after giving to everyone.
Paying dividend.
So can I say this retained earnings will come from where? From your P&L earning. The profit which you make will be taken and presented in retained earnings. So this share capital, share premium. When will there be share premium? When you issue the share more than its face value. Simple. So this is clear. I hope P&L, balance sheet, cash flow is clear, and what all is included in equity. So can I say this capital is also known as equity sometimes? Yes or no? It is also known as equity.
Yes.
So now in this equity, can I say same way you'll show share capital, share premium, and retained earnings. Now can I say these items are recorded in the balance sheet? In the balance sheet. In the balance sheet, now you say me your balance sheet and P&L, is your balance sheet prepared as date or for the year? For both P&L as well as balance sheet. Say me what is the difference here? This is P&L. Is P&L prepared for the year or as at?
For the year.
Yeah.
For the year. When coming to balance sheet, it is prepared as at. As at means from the first day when you have started the business till this date, what is the value of the asset, liability, and equity? Do not do this mistake. In your class 11, 12, you would also learn that when you prepare any balance sheet P&L, you write down something up, profit and loss for the year. This also has marks in ACCA, 1 mark, in consolidation as well as in single entity. Do not do this mistake. Cash flow also we'll be learning when we do IAS 7, totally in detail that. We'll see the format also. Then coming to something known as statement of changes in equity. Have you heard this term?
Yes, sir.
What does this mean? Statement of changes in equity. Now, as you showed, what is the profit figure, etc. Can I say in balance sheet you record share capital, share premium, retained earnings? Can I say these three items will have a change during the year? Something could change, no? Share capital, when will the share capital change? Share capital will change when the company is issuing new shares. Share premium will change, okay, when the shares are issued at premium. When coming to retained earnings, can I say when will retained earnings change? When you add the profit figure, when the company is making profits. So can I say there is a change in these things, share capital, share premium, retained earning. Can I say if you just write down that, okay, previous year my share capital was $100,000. This year it is 1 million. Now you only say me there is an increase or not. It is an increase. If directly the company will give you this figure, will you be able to identify as a shareholder how, what is the increase in the number of shares, what is the difference, etc., xyz? You will not be able to identify. That is the reason the company prepares a statement of changes in equity. This will show what is the change in the equity part. Asset is equal to liability plus capital. जो equity का box है ना, the equity part, what is change during the year? What is the premium? What is the share capital? Any bonus issue? Any right issue? What is the retained earning, etc. The basic understanding. how the value of the equity is changing during the year. It will be given in a separate statement known as what? Statement of changes in equity. We'll be coming to the formats later, but do understand what are the financial statements. The first financial statement is statement of profit and loss. Second one, statement of financial position, that is your balance sheet. Third one, you mentioned statement of cash flow. The fourth one is statement of changes in equity. The fifth one is known as notes to accounts. Is known as notes to account. That means what? Whatever you're recording in P&L balance sheet, you only record the amount. The amount which you have recorded, how did you get this amount? What is included in non-current asset? What is included in current asset? You will provide a description in the notes to account. You will provide a description in what? Notes to account. Is this clear, everyone? Any
Can
doubts?
you repeat all 5 again?
Yeah, we'll be coming to it, but just understand the basic statement of P&L. That is your profit and loss, balance sheet, changes in equity, cash flow, notes to account. These are the 5 financial statements which we prepare. But here I have only written 2 important things which is required for today's class. And one more important thing which I forgot to mention. This for the September attempt, from the September 2025 attempt, IFRS 18 has been introduced, which has replaced IAS 1. Which has replaced IAS 1. IAS 1 was what? IAS 1 used to give you the format of balance sheet, P&L, changes in equity, and some basic principles. That has been removed. A new IFRS 18 has been introduced. So that means IFRS 18, the P&L format which was previous, has been changed for the current year, from this year. And this is the first attempt where IFRS 18 will be tested. So be ready for the question of P&L in your exam, and be ready with a lot of questions regarding P&L only and IFRS 18 that we'll be doing tomorrow. The IFRS 18 will touch to the basics and do it. This one point you should keep in mind. If you have done previously FR, remove what is the format, what you have learned. You think, okay, sir, everything will go to P&L, P&L, P&L. In P&L, there is now parts where what will go will be learning. So I hope the financial statement is clear. What is the basic? Now, before starting, what are the items we record in the balance sheet, P&L, changes in equity, cash flow? Can I say there are 5 important elements we record? Can I say we record asset, we record liability, we record equity, or you say capital, we say income and expense. These 5 things only will be recorded in your balance financial statement. So you have to learn what does an asset means, what does liability means, what does equity means, what does income and expense. So is this clear? These are the 5 items mentioned in balance sheet and P&L changes in equity. 5 important elements of financial statement. Without this, you can't do anything. Now, coming to a first basic question. What does asset means? Asset means what? Do not see the definition. Say from your general knowledge, asset means what?
Future economic benefit.
Future economic, bete, you are saying definition. Definition. I do not need definition. I need examples.
A valuable thing.
Valuable thing? Okay. Example. Any example you could give me?
Building,
Building
land,
machine, vehicle.
Oh, vehicle.
plant, and machinery.
Someone
Like
mentioned
laptop.
laptop, machine, etc. You mentioned a lot of. Why do you say this an asset? Can I say today I go to iPhone store and purchase an iPhone? Can I say that iPhone is an asset for me?
Yes.
Why it is an asset for me? Can I say I will use this iPhone to record my lectures, and can I make money or not?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
some other purpose. It could be that I could use for social media marketing, etc. X, Y, Z, a lot of reasons, and I can generate some income for me. Can I say asset means that is providing you some income? An item which is providing you some income. So in the same case, building, if I purchased a building, what could be the income? Either I give this on rent, मेरे को rental income आएगा, I will get rental income, or can I say I will sell this and get the money, or I will use in my business as my factory, as my head office, so that my staffs will be working and they will do the business. I will get the money. So asset means what? When will you say a following item is an asset? a following item is an asset which is controlled by an entity, a present economic resource controlled by an entity as a result of past event. A present economic resource controlled by an entity as a result of past event. Now, first we will understand the definition result of past event. Now, you say me, I mentioned that the building which I purchased today is an asset. Why do I say that this is an asset? Can I say something I have done in past? What I have done in past? Can I say I have purchased the building? Without purchase, can I have this building with me? No. I have done some past event, some past transaction I have done. I have purchased from some party. So I have done a past event here. Can I say building will provide me economic resource? It will give me rental. So present economic resource. Controlled means what? I went to the iPhone store. I purchased the iPhone. Can I say once I purchase the iPhone, I will get the bill and this iPhone belongs to me as a legal owner. I am the legal owner of the iPhone. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Now, many students still have the idea that the asset which you have should be in your name only. Then only you are the owner, or then only it will be an asset. If it is on your name, you are the owner. But is it an asset? Yes, for sure. Even if I say I am not the owner of the property, still it will be an asset to me. You normally had the thinking in your class 11, 12, okay, this belongs to me legally, then I am the owner and then it is an asset. This is wrong. The definition which is given by conceptual framework is different. This will be clear once we do IFRS 16. IFRS 16. Let me give an example. I say that Raj has purchased a property. Raj has purchased a property. The property will be used for 30 years. The property will be used for 30 years. After that, it requires demolition and reconstruction. But I say that Raj has taken the property and Raj has given the property to me. Raj is the owner. Raj has purchased. But Raj is saying that, okay, I will give you this property on lease for 30 years. Do you understand the term lease? What does lease means? Everyone, I hope lease is clear. The term lease is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Raj is giving that asset to me on lease. So can I say Raj is saying that you can use this property for 28 years. 28 years. Out of 30, he is saying that you can use for 28 years. And Raj is also saying that whatever you want, you can do with this building. For whomever you want to give on rent, further, if you want to give on rent, give it on rent. If you want to use for business purpose, use it, etc. Now, you only say with a common logic, 30 years was the life of the asset. I have used it for 28 years. I am taking the most of the benefit for 28 years. Can I say I am taking the benefit even though I am not the owner? It will be still be an asset for me. It will still be an asset for me. Control means what? To take the benefits from that. Now Raj will not be taking the benefit. I will be taking all the benefits from that. Is this point clear? Asset. Asset means present economic resource controlled by entity as a result of past event. Everyone's cameras are turned on. Please on it so that I get to know. Even you know the definitions, please do understand it. Then coming to the next term. Under asset, what are the two types of assets? Current asset, non-current asset. Current asset, non-current asset. Now, non-current asset means what? Current asset means what? We will look into detail tomorrow. If you have knowledge, it is well and good. If not, we will look into more detail tomorrow. Coming to the term liability. Now, what does the term liability means? What is an example for liability? Can anyone say me?
Loan.
Loan. Best example, someone mentioned bank loan.
Outstanding expense.
Outstanding expenses. Baap re baap. किसने बोला ये? Who mentioned this outstanding expense? Okay, no issues. Now we'll understand. Are these definitions important? You just have to know. No need to ratify. Sometimes question could come in MCQ. What is the definition of asset? But very rare. When the conceptual framework was amended, it was amended that time. The questions were there. Now it's very rare. Now you mentioned, sir, loan to liability hai. Why loan is a liability? Can I say you have to pay someone back? If you have to pay someone back, it is your liability. Now, can I say liability means what? Today I know that I have to pay back to the bank. That means, can I say from my pocket something is going out? That something is what? Cash. Either it could be cash. If I'm not paying cash, can I say the bank can take my building also? The bank will say, okay, you're not able to pay, give me your building. Can I say that is also an economic resource which will produce a benefit to me in future? So the obligation, you know that today you have to pay someone. Why you have to pay someone? Because of a past event. What are the past event I had done with the bank? I had taken the loan from the bank. I had signed the contract saying that you give me this amount, every month I will pay you this much interest. If at the end I'm not able to pay, you can take my property. So liability means what? Present obligation of an entity to transfer an economic resource as a result of past event. Obligation is that today. Present means now I know I have to pay someone to transfer what? Economic resource. Economic resource could be cash, building, anything which provide benefit to me because I am transferring it. So the term asset liability is clear. Any doubts in these two? No doubts, I hope. If your video is off also, I hope it is clear. Please do give a thumbs up if it's clear. Okay, chalo then. What does equity means? Equity means capital, a basic sense. So equity means what? Can I say I mention asset is equal to liability plus capital. So for this capital, I'll call now equity now. Asset is equal to liability plus equity. What will be equity then? Can I say asset? You shift this side. It will become minus sign. Basic of max. Asset minus liability is equity. So can I say what does equity means? Equity include what all? Share capital, share premium, etc. Can I say these all belongs to whom? Owners of the company. You know basic difference between equity and preference shares. Equity shares, preference shares. Can I say equity shares, when the company is liquidated, they will get the least priority. Once they pay to the bank, once they pay to the preference shareholders, then the equity shareholder will be getting the amount. Yes or no? Everyone, this is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So equity means what? Residual interest in the net asset of an entity. Net asset means what? Asset minus liability. I say that I have 1 lakh of asset today, $100,000, and I say I have to pay $20,000. Can I say ultimate what is the net amount which I'll be having? $80,000. A lot of the time I'll be using thousands and dollars only, so that you get familiar with the question in the exam. Everything will be in thousand and dollars only, millions. So can I say the ultimate, what is this? Can I say this is the remaining value that belongs to me? Can I say residual value, which is remaining? The residual interest in the net asset of an entity. If I am a person and I have, after liquidation, at end what is pending, I have the interest on that. That means I am a shareholder. It is an equity part. Equity means residual interest in the net asset of an entity. That is, net asset means asset minus liability. Do understand. No need to write down this definition, I say. Understanding is important here when comparing to writing. Do not understand, sir. हमेशा लिख के याद होता है नहीं. You have to understand the concept. That is important. This not कोई कॉलेज का एग्जाम नहीं कि कॉलेज का असाइनमेंट है कि पूरा करने के इंटरनल्स मार्क्स मिलेंगे. You have to understand here. Is this clear? Asset, liability, equity. Can I say these three will be recorded where? In your balance sheet. In your balance sheet. Now, what will be recorded in P&L? Now, you only say me, what will you record in P&L? Your prepared P&L from class 11, 12. What do you record normally?
Income and expense.
Income and expenses. Can anyone say me any income which you write down in P&L? A basic income that you write down in P&L.
Interest received.
Yes.
Interest received.
Interest received. Okay. How do you start your P&L? What is the format of P&L? What is the first thing you write down in a P&L?
Revenue.
Revenue, or someone will say sales. Can I say sales or revenue is also income only? Yes or no? You start your P&L with an income item only, that is revenue or sale. So under income, revenue or sale will be coming. It's not that revenue is on the top and income will come down. No, income is there. Under income, you have one part as revenue. Now, what does the term income means? Let's discuss that. Income means increase in asset or decrease in liability. Do understand the difference between and or. And means both, or means one. Increase in asset or decrease in liability that result in an increase to equity, excluding contribution from equity shareholder. So the definition which the IS or the conceptual framework is saying कुछ समझ में आ रहा नहीं है. Let's take an example. Now, can anyone please say me the entry which you pass for sales? Basic entry which you pass for sales. Let's take the example that it is a cash sale, not credit, cash sale.
Cash account debit to sale.
Cash account debit. So can I say debit what comes in? It is a real account. Debit what comes in, cash is coming in. Credit what? Sales?
To sales.
Yes, sales.
Yes. Sales. Okay. Debit all expenses, credit all income and gains. So now can I say when you do a sales, you for sure. So now you only say me this sale is a for sure income. Let's prove it with the definition. Can I say when you do the sale, your asset is increasing or not? When you do a sale, your asset is increasing. What is increasing? Cash. Your cash is an asset. This is increasing. So I'm okay, no issues. So cash, your asset is increasing. Any doubts in this? Can I say that my sales is an income because it is increasing my asset? Now the other example which someone mentioned, Misbah, that interest received. Can I say what is the journal entry for interest received? I say that I have deposited 10 lakh rupees in the bank. The bank is paying me interest. If the bank is paying interest, can I say I will be getting paisa, cash? So debit what comes in? Can I say cash is coming in? Then can I say interest income or interest received? Anything. So here this interest income is also a type of income. Why? Can I say because the asset is increasing? Any doubts on this? Clear? Or it could be decrease in liability. Decrease in liability. Can anyone give me an example when your liability is decreasing, it is an income for you? When your liability is going down, it is an income for you. Can anyone give me an example?
When bank loan is reduced.
Bank loan is reduced. Okay, chalo. A basic example I'll give you. I am the bank. I am giving you 10 lakh rupees today. So in my books, what it will be? Receivable from you. In your books, it will be payable. Yes or no? Receivable in my books, in your books, payable. Now I say that you are not paying me 10 lakh rupees. You ran away. Then what it will be? Can I say it was a payable for you? Payable means liability. Can I say you ran away, you are not paying me the amount? If you are not paying me the amount, can I say your liability is coming down? You are not paying me. There is a decrease in liability. You every time think from the point of view of the person who is giving you a loan. Think from the point of view of the person who has taken the loan and ran away. Can I say for him it is an income only? He is not paying only. Clear with this? What does liability means? Increase in asset or decrease in liability that affects your equity. You would have learned in your class 12 asset is equal to liability plus capital. If asset is going up, either thing will be affected this side. Same way for these two things. Excluding contribution from equity shareholders. I say that equity shareholders are giving you money today. If you are issuing some shares and equity shareholders are giving you money, can I say this will be an income? No, it is capital contribution of the owners. That will not be an income. The money which you get from equity shareholders will not be an income. I hope the term income is also clear now. Yes?
Yes.
Mahi, Afzal.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, chalo. Expense. Now, what does expense means? As I've given the example for income, now you should say me the example for expense. I say it. Decrease in asset. When your asset is decreasing, it is an expense for you. You say me. A basic example.
Rent paid.
Rent paid. Other than this.
Salary.
Oh, someone.
Depreciation.
Depreciation. Someone mentioned salary, etc. Can I say I have 10 employees today in my company? I am paying cash to them. Okay, they came. Okay, they worked. I paid 10,000 to them. Can I say this is an expense for me? Why it is an expense? Can I say my asset is decreasing? Or the other way, increase in liability. Whenever there is an increase in liability, you say it is an expense. When it could be? Increase in liability will be your expense. Basic. Your liability is increasing. If your liability is increasing, the following will be your expense. When? What is the opposite of sales?
Purchase.
Purchase. So purchase is an expense or not?
Yes.
Why? Can I say if you purchased and if you have not yet paid the amount, it is increasing your liability? If you pay in cash, can I say it is decreasing your asset? Cash is going out.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any doubts on this? What does the term expense means? Can anyone give me other example other than for increase in liability? When your liability is increasing, it is your expense.
So like paying rent, it's
Or
expense.
outstanding rent.
Interest paid.
Interest paid, yes. Rent payable, etc. XYZ. These all are one. And do understand that whenever you debit credit, can I say there will be one debit, one credit for sure. Okay. So I hope the five elements, the term five, the five elements are clear. Asset, liability, equity, income, expense means what? Okay. Can I move to the basics again? Some few concepts I want to discuss with you. When you started with your class 10th, if you're from commerce, if you have taken in your first few days, your class 11 topics were like something 5 or 10 principles, going concern principle, matching principle, accrual principle, something like that. Yes or no? Now say me, what does accrual basis means? Accrual basis means what?
Accrual basis means when the transaction is occur, but they are not actually received, and but they have to record that, like
Okay,
receivable and payable.
okay. Accrual basis, cash basis. There are two different terms, accrual basis and cash basis. I'll give a basic example. When you did your BCom BBA, you had learned accounting also, you had learned taxation also. Yes or no? You learned accounting, you learned taxation. When you learned accounting and taxation, can I say both were different only? Taxation was focusing on what? Cash basis. If you have done the expense today in cash, the tax authority will say that you can claim it as an expense. But when coming to accrual basis will say that until you paid, even though you have not yet paid, you can record it. Now I say an example. Today I am selling 10 water bottles to someone. The person is saying that I will pay you after 3 months. Today I have sold the goods, but he's saying that after 3 months I will be paying you. Should I record the sales today or after 3 months when I receive the money?
Today.
Today, basic sense becomes that today only I have done it. So that means what? Revenue is recorded when earned, even if cash is not paid. So accrual basis means what? Under accrual basis, transaction and events are recognized when they occur, not when cash is received or paid. Here it is not important to see whether cash is received or paid. Same coming to electricity expenses. When you get the electricity bill, let's take you're getting the electricity bill for 6 months. 1st Jan to 30th June. On 30th June, you're paying the amount to the tax authority, to the authority government. Can I say on 30th June, will you record the expense or will you record the electricity which you have used in the first month, second month, third month, fourth, fifth, and sixth? You will record in first, second, third, fourth, fifth, because you have incurred today the expense, you have utilized it today, the electricity you have utilized it today. So that is accrual basis means when it is when the transactions are occurred rather than received or paid. I have given the example also. Expenses are recorded when incurred, even if not paid. So I hope the accrual basis is clear. There should be no doubts in accrual basis. Chalo. Then matching principle. I hope you will be knowing this. What does matching principle means? Matching principle means what?
Matching the expense and income.
Matching the expense and income. Yes or no? Today, if I've generated revenue, what is the cost I've incurred? You will do this. Okay, revenue I've generated, what is the cost relating to this? You will record it. Sometimes you will see that accrual basis and matching principles are not combining together. There is some or the other issue. Accrual will say something, matching will say something, because matching was before the accrual principle came, most of the time matching principle was used. So that is the reason sometimes you'll find accrual and matching not aligning with each other. Some transaction, even though they are not aligning, we'll be using. Now do understand, IAS and IFRS. IAS were developed a long back. As the world is changing, a lot of new transactions are coming in, a lot of new accounting treatments are coming in. Because of that reason, the new standards are published, and those are known as IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards. This was known as International Accounting Standard. The International Accounting Standards were made before the launch of IFRS, because these IFRS are launched new and based on logic a lot. Is this clear? So this IES mostly followed matching most of the times, and accruals also, but now the more in IFRS the align is toward accrual basis a lot. So I hope matching principle is also clear, that when you incur, if you're recording a revenue, record the expense related to that itself. So accrual basis matching principle is clear. What does going concern means? Going concern concept. Going concern. GC.
Continuing,
Where
continuing to
basis
be the
continue for
foreseeable future.
more
One,
foreseeable future.
one by one. Going concern means what?
Continuing till the foreseeable future.
Okay, you mentioned the definition. Okay, chalo, koi nahi. Now, when you prepare balance sheet and P&L, when you do a business, what is your assumption? That my business should grow? No.
Yes.
Concern means that it's an assumption that when you prepare your balance sheet and P&L, it's an assumption that your business will sustain more than 12 months. Your business will continue. You will not shut down your business. Clear with this? Other principle going concern?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts anyone in these principles, three principles? Because the next principle you would have not learnt it, so I need to explain that in more detail. These three you would have come across and you would have learned. What are brothers? Thumbs up, yes or no, in the chat box also. If not, give a thumbs up. Okay. Now coming to the new important concept, substance over form. Substance over form. Now, I will give you 2 minutes. Read the example which I have given you and try to understand. The example which I have given you, try to understand.
Done, sir.
Done? Okay. What about others? Okay, did you understand anything? So let's take your point of view. Say me whatever you have understood from this.
So basically जो आपके पास असेट है
हाँ.
वो असेट को उसके लीगल फॉर्म में ना प्रेजेंट करते हुए उसकी जो एक्चुअल रियलिटी है वो रियलिटी को इन फाइनेंशियल्स हमें दिखाना है, शो करना है.
Did everyone get this? What did Raj mention? You should only not look to the legal document saying aise aise hai. You should actually look to the thing. So can I say the first example which I had given regarding Raj, that he is giving me a building of 30 years, out of the 28 years I am using. Can I say you basically had the assumption that if he is the owner, then only it will be an asset? Can I say here in the case of asset where you're recording this, even though I am not the owner, Raj is giving me, still I will treat in my book as an asset. How will you treat it? We'll learn as per IFRS 16. So can I say in that case, even though I'm not the legal owner, still it belongs to me as an asset. When you look to the actual fact of the case, I am using the asset. I am actually taking the benefit. Is the example clear? The other example, the example which is given here is different. Now coming to this example which I have given you, I say that today I have purchased a machinery. I purchased a machine. What do I do? What do I do? I sell this to the bank. The bank will give me 10 lakh rupees. The bank is giving me 10 lakh rupees. But I say to the bank, that after 2 years I will again purchase from you. And I only will use the asset. Can I say on legal papers it is saying that company A is selling to the bank its asset? But can I say when we see into deep, it seems that the bank A has taken a loan. Not bank, the company has taken a loan. The bank company A has sold to the bank for 10 lakh rupees. So can I say bank will pay company A 10 lakh rupees? Bank, company A is selling, bank will pay. And company A is saying that after 2 years, we will purchase this from you for 12 lakh rupees. And for the 2 years, I only will be using the asset. Can I say on legal papers, it seems that, okay, they are selling their asset. But can I say when you see the actual reality is that it's a loan transaction? Yes. This means only legal facts you'll not see. You will see what is the actual intention. What is it actually done there? Why this is important? Because if you'll not look to this, a lot of scams are done. Not looking to the actual reality, what is done there. Is the concept substance over form clear? Once we do IFRS 15 revenue and IFRS 16, it will be clear more with the understanding of the accounting treatment. Okay, chalo. I hope basic is clear to you. Now this key concept in financial statements. What does this mean now? Now, as I mentioned that we will be learning standards. A lot of numbers are there. IAS 1, IFRS 2, etc. A lot of standards are there. When coming to the standard, what are the 6 important points you should keep in the mind? Once we start a standard, you have to keep this 6 points in the mind. What is the first point? First point, I have not written, it is the definition. What is the IS or IFRS saying you? What is the standard against? What is inventory? You know, sir, inventory means this. But what is the actual term or what is the actual way the IS has defined it? What is cash that has been defined? We'll see. So whenever coming to any standard, we'll be learning first the definition of that, what it is saying. Then we'll be learning the second one known as recognition. Now recognition means what? If I purchase today a PP, should I record it today only or after 2 months? We will discuss that. If I purchased a building, should I show in the balance sheet today only or after 2 months, after 1 year, 10 years, etc.? When should you record it? We'll be learning that. Recognition means when will you recognize? If following conditions are met, if certain conditions are met, you will record it in P&L and balance sheet. Coming to the next important term, measurement. Measurement. Now I say that I have purchased a property for $10,000, $100,000, but in market the price is $120,000. It was given to me at $100,000 because I knew someone. He was my friend. I knew him. But the actual market is what? $120,000. Now, which one will provide good information to the shareholders? Which one will provide more better information to the shareholders that what is the value of the land or building? It will 120,000 will provide better information. So measurement means what? At what value the item should be recorded. At what value the PP will be recorded, that is property, plant and equipment. At what value an inventory will be recorded. You would have learnt inventory is recorded at lower of cost or NRV. Have you covered this in your BCom? What does cost, NRV? We'll discuss that also in detail. So this means measurement means at what value you will be recording. That is the second point we will be discussing when we learn any. Third point when we discuss any IS or IFRS. Then presentation. Presentation means how and where should you report. Whether you should show your building in current asset or non-current asset. Should you show your loan under current liability or non-current liability? So we will be discussing that. Clear and consistent clarification and layout. What is the format, etc. Then disclosure. What does disclosure means? Additional information regarding that building, regarding that loan, etc. should be given. Where it will be given? Can I say we discuss the fifth financial statement, notes to accounts? You will be writing there a detailed information. You'll write, okay, who has given me the loan? What was the amount of the loan? What is the interest I paid during the year? You will be presenting it. Why will present? It provides relevant material details. Now, what does the term relevant means? Which is important. What does the term materiality means? We'll discuss this in later in detail also. But to have a basic idea, materiality means what? Important to a company. Now, I will take an example to understand what does materiality means. I say that you are working in Reliance. You're working where? In Reliance. What is the valuation of Reliance? Let's take example $1 million. I'm taking $1 million. Now I say that Reliance, and you are the accountant, you forgot to record one asset. That asset value was $100 only. The value of the asset was only $100 and you did not record it. Now Reliance has sent the balance sheet P&L to the shareholders. They have published it. Now you say me, this $100, will it be important to the shareholders? For sure. Will it affect the shareholders? Will it affect the decision of the shareholders whether I should invest in Reliance or not? The investor will say, okay, chalo, Ambani hai, 100 rupees की गलती हो गई, $100 mistake has been done, they will correct it. Okay, near 1 million, $100 is nothing or $10 is nothing. Can I say materiality is based on what? When will you say the following item is material? You mentioned, sir, ये तो relevant है ही नहीं. This is not relevant. If I say the company has not recorded asset of $100,000, then what will you do? If you are the investor and you get to know from someone that Reliance has not recorded $100,000 of asset in its book, can I say, will it affect your decision to invest in Reliance or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So
Yes.
materiality means what? Which affects the users, which affects the decisions of the user. $100 will not impact. Okay, चलो कोई नहीं, अंबानी है, mistake हो जाती है, mistake will be done, कोई नहीं. But when coming to $100,000, why he have not recorded? Some issue could be there, some manipulation could be there. A question comes. So materiality means this, which affects the decision of the users. Now, if I say one more case, example 2. So can I say materiality is calculated how? Materiality is calculated based on some percentage of figure, some percentage. Okay, if some value is more than 10%, 15%, I say material. A basic sense you have this, you will cover this in audit also. The second example I gave today, Reliance is doing very good. Reliance is doing for the past 30 years, they are doing very good. Now suddenly there is a company, they have filed a case on Reliance. Now, will this be presented in the balance sheet P&L? No. Ambani has not even paid a single amount for the settlement. So you will also not know whether a case is there or not. Now you say me, this case which is there on Reliance, will it affect your decision or not? For sure it will affect your decision. So materiality can be based on what? Which affects your decision. Either it could be numbers or either it could be based on facts. Always in notes to accounts, where it is disclosure are given in notes to account, detailed information. Then coming to derecognition. What did I mention about recognition? When will you record it? Derecognition means when will you remove it? When will you remove the asset? Can I say if I show the building of $10,000 in my balance sheet, when will I remove this? Can I say once I sell the building, will it belong to me? No, I will remove this from my asset. I will remove this from my asset. In case of liability, you are showing a loan in your non-current liability of 10 lakh rupees. Can I say once you repay back the loan to the bank, will you still show what is the loan amount you have to pay? No, you have already paid it. So that means what? When will you de-recognize an asset? When you lose the control, when you sell it. In case of liability, when you dispose it off. Any doubts on this? Now, the basics, simple basic concept which you have done today, which will be required for your foundation for understanding the IS and IFRS. Again and again, I'll be using accrual basis, matching principle, what is asset, what is substance over form, what is recognition, etc. XYZ. Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Okay. Mahi, what about you? Rifa?
No, sir.
Oh, if not, give a
No
thumbs up.
doubt, sir.
No doubts. Chalo. Now, coming to the other topic. Now, what we'll be looking? As I mentioned, IFRS 18 has been introduced. IFRS 18 has made a lot of changes in the format of P&L, cash flow, little bit here and there. But a huge impact is there on what? P&L. A huge impact is there on P&L. Now, before that, what is this I have written here? Operating profit. So how do you calculate this operating profit? Anyone, any idea? You record sales, cost of sales, you get your GP. After that, you record some expenses like some distribution cost, some administrative expenses, etc. All the expense which you have done for business, you will get some net profit. You would have called by the term known as net profit. Net profit and operating profit are same. So you would have done this treatment, net profit. You have recorded it. But you only say me in the class 11, 12 in BCom and when you're learning commerce, was there any specific definition for net profit or operating profit? Did you learn the definition of net profit? No, you have not yet learned. This was the issue. Because of this issue, IFRS 18 was introduced. There was changes to IAS 1. Now, when I want to invest, let's take, I am a shareholder. I want to invest in a company. I have two company, company A, company B. This company A belongs to Mahi. The company B belongs to Misbah. They are the owners. Now, I am the shareholder in the company. Can I say they have to give me what is the P&L, the balance sheet for me so that I can get to know whether they are running the business properly. Now, when they prepare the P&L, what they do, they write down sales, they write down cost of sales, they write down this with GP. Then they write down some expenses which they have done to the business. Now, they write down expenses. Then what will Mahi do? Mahi will also record some interest income which she have received from bank. And then she say that my revenue, my net profit is 1000. Misbah will do what? Sales. They'll calculate GP and record expense. Here she will only include expense. She will calculate her profit figure. She will say that my profit is only 800. And after profit, she will record that okay, my interest income is what? 100. Now, when you compare, can I say your eyes will go on only the operating profit or net profit? These two figures. You will, by seeing this, you will say what? Okay, my company is doing very good. By just seeing this, in this, can I say this 100 was not included above? This company has included the interest income above. Interest income above. This company B has included the interest income after the net profit. So both have recorded in a different way. Can I say, will I be able to compare these two companies now? Or it will be difficult for me? It will be difficult for you to compare these companies. So that is the reason in IFRS 18, operating profit was determined. There was a survey done by that 100 companies. P&L was checked. Out of the 69 companies only report what is operating profit. Out of that 69 companies, there was 9 different definition for operating profit. 9 different definitions for operating profit. A research showed that. Is this clear? Okay, chalo. सबके videos off है. I assume that you understood what I'm saying you. Now, we discuss the term in P&L, you will record income and expense. In balance sheet, we record asset, liability, equity. In cash flow, we record inflow, outflow. In changes in equity, we record the movement of equity. In notes to account, we record detailed description. Yes or no? Now, what does operating means? Give me the meaning of operating in a business sense. Operating expenses, operating profit. A basic sense, what does the term operating means? When coming to business, I say that you have operating income and expenses. Means what?
Day-to-day expenditures for machinery, maintenance.
Etc. Then what is the basic logic behind this, Manan? You mentioned that, okay, regarding mission, can I say operating income and expenses will include all the items which relate to your main business? You mentioned that, sir, somewhere we have learned what is cash flow. Operating, there is investing, there is financing. Can I say operating means what? Income and expenses from your main business. This is very important. You have to know the difference between operating, investing, financing, so that you can understand the new format of the P&L. Now I say that I am doing business. Now you say me, I am saying a point to you. This is my factory. I am doing business. I am earning very well. I have also taken a property. My friend suggested, Rahul, take a property there. In that area, you will get very good rental income. Now this property which I have taken, can I say that from the property I will be getting some rental income? Now this rental income which I'll be getting, will this be my main business? I'm mentioning my main business of manufacturing and selling something, and I've taken one property somewhere else, I'm getting some income. Now, should I show this rental income in the operating part, or I should show separately so that the stakeholder or the shareholder like me can understand, okay, from main business, this much is the profit, from investment, this is the income. Yes or no? Investing means your ideology is that you're doing for investment purpose, not for your main business.
Yes.
Now financing means what? Financing means what? If you have taken a loan, you're paying some interest on it, that interest expense will go under financing category, because you have taken this for what purpose? You have taken this for running your business. You have taken the finance to do your business. So hope the basic operating, investing and financing is clear, the logic behind it. Yes, Ragini, Ishika, you have already learned the previous year format. Everything is changed. In each standard, you will be seeing what will be going to operating, what will be going to investing, what will be going to financing. Each standard we do, what is the income or expense that will be going to operating, what is the income or expense that will be going to investing, what is the income or expense that will be going to financing. As mentioned, this is the standard which has been introduced new, so questions will be coming, theory questions could come in your section A from the standard. So my notes which are made for IFRS 18 will be too detailed, too much detail, so that I will take a good time so that you avoid silly mistake in theory question. Mahi, doubts?
No, sir.
No. If you have already learned FR, changes is that it's not that all the income and expense you will record in P&L only, but you have to separate it. Simple. In investing, financing, and this one. I've given so many examples. With this also you can understand, sir. It will be easy only. Nothing hard in this. Okay. So with this, whatever I wanted to do today, I've done with the basics. And let me. These are the IFRS 18 notes. Is the screen visible? We will not do much. We will not do much today. Whatever we have done till now, we will do that only. I will not do anything new. Whatever we have done till now, we had a simple basic discussion regarding reporting, etc. What is this now? IFRS 18 presentation and disclosure of financial statement means talks about how should you present and what should you disclose in financial statements. Financial statements include 5 things which we have learned. Exam advice, the examiners have mentioned this. The IASB, what does IASB means? We will come to this. IASB is a board. Persons are there, members are there. They have prepared this. They have presented this. They have made this. IASB is a board which makes the IS and IFRS. Published IFRS 18 to improve how entities communicate in their financial statements. It will be effective for annual periods beginning on or after 1st January 2027. What is the date when this will be effective? When should the company start following this? 1st Jan 2027. But what is the current year? 25. You're learning now.
25.
You're learning now. Do understand that. It is important. It replaces IAS 1 presentation of financial statement. IFRS 18 replaces IAS 1 as an examinable document. Mentioned it will be examinable for SBR and FR examination from September 2025. Clearly mentioned. Why they have introduced? What did I mention? To disclose what? To provide the information. That information should be presented what? Relevant. It should be informative to the person using it, and it should be faithfully represent. These two also have a detailed description. What does this mean? We'll discuss this later, but understanding a basic sense. Relevant information, faithful representation means showing it properly in a fair way, avoiding any mistakes, avoiding manipulation. This faithful representation means not doing any error, etc. For what purpose? To record asset, liability, equity, and expense. Now, what is the objective of financial statement? Why do we publish financial statements? Can you read this? We have already covered. Please read this. Two important points. We prepare financial statements for the stakeholders. Why do we prepare? So that they can get to know what is the future cash flow, what is the cash balance, how much is the cash flow in future, how will the business grow, at what rate, etc. Then the second one is what? Management stewardship means what? How responsibly and effectively management has handled the company's assets and obligation. How well the managers, the directors are managing the company. That is the main two important reasons why we prepare the financial statements. Have we discussed this or not? This we have already discussed.
Yes.
Objective financial statement to present what? So that users or the stakeholders can get to know about the business. Simple. Then coming to this complete set of financial statement. What all are the financial statement? We have discussed or not? Statement of financial position. Yes, we have discussed, sir. Then can I say we have discussed statement of profit and loss and other comprehensive income. It is something you don't know. Once we come to the format tomorrow, we will be discussing this. See, my basic agenda is that to give a basic idea in the first three classes. I can't do IFRS 18 in detail on the first day itself or the second day. I will be starting with the basic standards which are important. Along with that, we will be learning the IFRS 18. I will give basic idea. Along with that, we will be learning. So balance sheet, P&L, changes in equity, cash flow, notes to account. These are the 5 important financial statements. There are additional 2 financial statements. What is the first one? Now, if the company is providing the current year balance sheet and P&L to me, can I say they should also provide the previous year balance sheet and P&L so that I can also get to know as a shareholder, okay, how much is the revenue increase from the previous year to current year. So that means what? What are the additional comparative information for the preceding period, previous year? That also should be provided so that users can compare, the stakeholders can compare it. The other one which is written here, you will not understand this now. Once we do IAS 8, it will be clear. But only understand this thing, these 5, which we have already covered. Then frequency of reporting. Can you read it by yourself? What is the frequency? When should you report to the stakeholders or shareholders? When should you prepare the balance sheet and P&L? Everyone knows this, I hope. Basic 1 year. Misbah, Priyanshi, Ishika, Ragini, Aarti, Shreya, Anand.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Mahi, Afzal. See, any doubts, do ask in the class only. Do not feel shy. Ask even if a silly question, simple question. I'll answer it, whether it is important or not for the exam point of view also, and from the understanding point of view. I hope you have done reading frequency of reporting. When should you report? Basically, can I say 12 months, 1 year? After 1 year, you have to report. Each 1 year, you have to, after every 12 months, you have to prepare your balance sheet and P&L. Some companies will say that we'll follow 8 months, 12 months, 14 months. Can I say this is the basic which is given by standard? But in India, that is Companies Act. Everyone knows Companies Act will say when to prepare, what to be done, etc. So each country will be saying what should be done, what should not be done. Now, one more point, read this one. IFRS 18 does not mandate the use of specific names for individual financial statement. For example, statement of financial position may be referred as balance sheet. It's not a perfect rule or perfectly stated that you should use, but now you should start using statement of financial position, statement of profit and loss for better understanding and better English. Simple. It's fancy to say rather than P&L. Okay. Statement of financial performance, statement of profit and loss, etc. Clear with this? So now I will not touch with the next topic. So before that, I will just show you the format of balance sheet and P&L. So I hope you know the format of balance sheet. In balance sheet, what we record? Asset, liability, equity. So what is the format here now? First, you will write, I mentioned that asset is equal to liability plus capital. So now you will be presenting in this way. This way is known as what? Vertical or horizontal?
Horizontal.
So what is the first one you will be writing? Asset. Under asset, can I say we have two types of asset? Current asset, non-current asset. This is the format. This you will be using a lot of time in your consolidation, single entity, everywhere. Now I will see. Under asset, you have two types of asset, non-current, current asset. First one, this PP, property, plant and equipment. That means your machine, etc. This standard is IAS 16. Intangible asset, the standard is what? IAS 38. Intangible asset example, copyrights, etc. Patents, goodwill. These are all intangible asset which you can't see or touch. Tangible means you can touch. Then investment. If you have made any investment, that will be under non-current asset. Under current asset, you will record your inventory. Inventory IAS 2 will be learning. Trade receivable, you have to receive some amount from some person or some company. So IFRS 9, financial instrument again. Cash and cash equivalent means cash, bank. Then IAS 7 will cover this cash. What does mean? Other current asset. Other current asset could be a lot of items. So this is the total asset. After this, what you have format? Write down this format. Write down this format. Even though I share the notes, write down this format. Then you have equity and liability. Under equity, what you have first? Share capital. What is the total share capital? Then you have share premium. Then you have retained earnings. Then you have other components of equity. This is new. I did not mention. We will be learning what will be recorded under this. This will give you the total of equity. Then non-current liability. Non-current liability means which you have to pay after 12 months or after 1 year. Same way, non-current asset, current asset. Current asset means which will give you benefit within 12 months. Under non-current liability, first one is lease liability. You hear this for the first time. IFRS 16 will be doing. Borrowing means any bank loan. IFRS 9 again. Pension liability, this is not there for you. Pension liability, it's for SBR, not there. Provision, again a liability. We'll be discussing what does provision means. Provision means like if you have a legal case on you and the chances of paying the amount is 50-50, in that case you would today only record a liability. Today only you will record a liability saying that I know in future I have to pay someone. Then deferred tax liability, IAS 12 regarding taxation. Again lease liability, IFRS 16. See, some of the items which are mentioned here, you will not be able to understand. Yes or no? Mishba, Manan, Afzal,
Yes, sir.
Mahi. If you're giving the paper for the first time, I hope Raj will have an idea about this. Yes or no, Raj?
Yes, sir.
You would be, and if you have given or if you have learned something basic, you will be having this idea. Then provision same, borrowings, income tax, and trade payables. You will say, sir, liability to hum, only we know what is borrowing, only we know what is trade payable. The other things we are seeing for the first time. We will be coming to this. If I say you have a tax today of $2,000 which you have to pay to the government, can I say if you have not yet paid, can I say this is your liability? So you record it income tax expense. You have not yet paid the liability, you will record under liability. This is the format for your P&L. So then you have the total of current liability, total of non-current. So this, all the totals you will do together for total liability and the equity and liability. So that asset is equal to liability plus equity. So your balance sheet should tally. I hope the basic format of balance sheet is clear.
Yes.
Yes. Rifa, what about you? Okay, thumbs up you have given. Shreya.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Why I am saying you to write down this? Because each and every standard will be learning in line by line only. Non-PP, then after the other items. Now, as mentioned, statement of financial position classification as current and non-current. This asset and liability, what will be recorded under current? I hope it is clear. Less than 12 months, more than 12 months. Tomorrow again we will discuss this in detail. What are the important points? We'll discuss that in tomorrow's class. But I hope the format of your balance sheet is clear to you. Current, non-current, total assets, then equity, liability, equity, non-current liability, current liability. Non-current asset means which provides benefit for more than 12 months, or I'm able to sell this, or I'm able to use that asset for more than 12 months. Current asset which provides benefit for less than 12 months, or I will get the maximum benefit within 12 months. Current liability means I have to pay within 12 months. Non-current liability means I have time more than 12 months to pay someone. Okay. Have you written this? If you're writing down, write down the basic format. That is important. Can I see everyone? 112. Yeah. Today you have learned the basic. Again, you have revised what is debit, credit, what are the basic principles. Excuse me, what are the financial statements, what is asset, liability, equity, expense. As soon as the class is done, I will share these notes. See, when coming to my IFRS 18 notes, you will find more detail to understand some points which you will not be able to identify. I have written examples also, that basic examples, because ACCA also specified this. And do understand, when you come to your professional papers also, no, when you come to your P level, your professional levels, if any technical article, if we say any new concept is that for sure will come for 25 to 30 marks. And if attempt is there, I say for SBR also, this time they could ask a question regarding IAS 1 and IFRS 18 comparison. As an accountant, as a student of ACCA, you are learning accounts. What is your thinking regarding this? In FR, not in SBR, it could. Others, have you written the format? Manan, Rifa?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mahi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have to be regular to the class. Only that I require. If you're, see, sometimes it will happen that if you miss the first lecture of any topic, no, then you will not understand anything there. Then you will find the subject only tough. Sir, कुछ पढ़ा रहे कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा. If you not attend the basic class, will you be able to understand? If you not attend today's class and you don't know the balance sheet format, will you understand in the further class what I say? It should be recorded under non-current asset under PP. Will you understand this? No, for sure you will not understand. If you not come to the basic class of asset, I say how do you calculate the cost of the asset, how do you calculate depreciation. After that I will be doing some little bit advanced concept. Will you understand? No. Then I'll be directly writing the depreciation numbers and figures. I'll not sit and again explain how did you calculate depreciation, what did you do. So I hope format is clear of balance sheet. Now I will give a format of the P&L which has been introduced. This one, look to this one. This is the new format of the P&L. Write down this, just write down the format today. Tomorrow we will do the discussion. See, you will ultimately be presenting the profit only, but the format has changed. Write down the format which I've given this one. If not, write down this format. 1 minute. Write down this format. Do not write down above the term consolidated. Remove this as of now. Write down statement of profit and loss and write down the format here. This one. From year till year you write down this. Till year you write down. Do not write down the down part. This we'll learn when we do consolidation. Write down this format for today. Some of the items you'll be able to identify, some you'll not get only. Sir क्या लिखा हुआ कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, but जो समझ में आ रहा है बस है, जो नहीं आ रहा है अपन सीखेंगे. We will learn. I hope from south Afzal is there. Then if do you understand Hindi? No, everyone?
Yes, sir. I know.
Yes, sir.
What about from south?
Yes. For me, it's not a problem, sir.
It's okay for Afzal. Then from GCU, two students, I forgot the name, Aarti and Rifa. I hope.
Yes, sir, I can understand.
Yeah, whatever I repeat in Hindi, I'll repeat in English. This is the first time where I'm saying in Hindi also, because a lot of students understand it. That is the reason. If you're not understanding it, I'll completely go on English on English basis. I'll not use Hindi. If you're comfortable, everyone, then no issues for me also. Why do I mix? Why do I mix? No, if I speak in English, your concentration will be there. If your concentration is not there, if I say something different, no, you'll again come back. That is the reason. Done writing the format? Some items you will identify. Sir, revenue malum hai, cost of sales we know, GP we know. Then other operating income we don't know. Other operating means any other income which is relating to your business. Selling expenses you will be knowing. To sell something you are incurring some expense. Research and development. Do you know what is research and development? A basic idea. To manufacture something you are doing some research. To develop something you are incurring some cost. That is known as research and development. General and administrative expenses means your salaries, your wages, your depreciation, etc. Goodwill impairment, this will be new for you will not understand. Other operating expenses, other than other expenses which are not recorded in these. Rental expenses, etc. Then you have what? Operating profit. After that, you have what? Share of profit and loss of associate and joint venture. Only write down associate. If you will not write down joint venture also, it's okay for you. Joint venture is not tested here. Then other investing income. As I've given the example of a investing income, that I take a property, I get rent from that, I will include here after operating part. If I've done a fixed deposit of 10 lakh in a bank and I'm getting that, I will record here based on that, whether it's used for what purpose. Then for financing, I've recorded borrowings, lease liability, pension liability, and provision. We'll understand this in more detail. Lease liability is not there for you. These three. As we do each standard, now I will be saying where it will go. Do understand that. Only write down the format today. Then your profit from tax, income tax charges is there. Then profit from continuing operation. Continuing operation means the main business. Then profit and loss from discontinued operation, we will do this in IFRS 5. Again, there you will understand this concept. Discontinued operation means you're planning to sell some part of your business. Let's say I'm doing chocolate business, I'm doing also biscuit. I'm planning to sell the chocolate business. Why will I show the profit and loss from chocolate business separately? So that the users can understand why I am selling. If I had lost the previous year, this year also have more loss. Okay, the shareholders will know that, okay, previous year loss, this year more loss. That is the reason they are discontinuing, they are disposing of, they are selling this. We'll do a lot questions in the class on. You will say, sir, bus ho gaya, bus ho gaya. No, but still I'll be doing. In IFRS 18, one more concept is that MPM, management performance measures. That is not there for you. That is not tested in FR. It is tested only in SBR. So it is easy for FR. It's not too difficult. Like if you have come across when Zomato, etc., when you decide which company is better, you see customer satisfaction, you see whether the food was delivered on time, etc. Same way, these are the performance measure which you use to analyze the company, to measure the company. IFRS 18 has introduced something known as management performance measure, which management considers important, which is compulsory to be disclosed. Everyone done with this format? Ragini, Ishika would have find out this new Aarti also. If yes or no? Ragini, change fully format?
No, sir, there are few items which are recognized, but
Not completely change. Only the understanding. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where the item will go, it is important. मिसबा टायर्ड सर हो गए सर 3 घंटे बस है कोई नहीं you have to have the habit. See, when you're coming to these professional exams, many students are working hard than you. So do understand, if they are working hard, they'll for sure clear the paper. If you'll not work hard, if you'll not do what is required or what should be done for the exam, then simply paying the fees of 14 to 15,000 for exam fees and not giving you 100%, it's not worth. That is important. Everyone, others, yes or no? Thumbs up. Manan, Priyanshi, Mahi.
Yes.
Okay. Raj, what is your office timing, bete? You mentioned
So basically, my office time is 10 to 6.
10 to 6. Okay, 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 okay. For the first 3-4 days, timing will be same. Then if you need half an hour up and down, we can do. And sometimes the classes might get little bit extended when we are doing some questions or etc. And one important thing, do remind me to give a break. Because when I'm teaching, I forget. Today morning, the same happened with my SBR batch. It was 2.5 hours done. I did not see the chat box. Then they mentioned, okay, then when I saw the chat box, I got an okay. So one thing I say to you, and the other thing that once we start the class, please do inform me that the recording is on. The second point. Because the last batch same happened. We were doing questions and it was Saturday or Sunday. 5 hours I taken. I did not give break, I forgot. And the students also did not mention. They were like, we were doing consolidation, I hope. We were enjoying doing the sums. They mentioning, sir, give one more sum, one more sum, one more sum. So please do remind me. I think that giving between 5 minutes break is not worth. Giving a good break like 15 to 20 minutes is good. 5 minutes means you go and come, done 5 minutes. Nothing you can do. When I give break, do not sit there. Where you're sitting, roam around. Don't sit there for 15 to 20 minutes at the same place. Done, everyone? So with this, we are done for today. Today's class is done. So discuss basic. We touched upon what is IFRS 18. We have seen the format for P&L. We have seen the format for balance P&L balance sheet. The format which is there for your cash flow changes in equity is this one. Okay, see, this is my IFRS 18 notes. I have taken from all the resources, etc. XYZ. Mostly from what is ACCA saying, I have taken from that only, and the other documents, because we have to stick to exam perspective. Chalo now, can I stop sharing the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I will share this now. Okay, now, how was the first day class? Everything have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, what about others? Let me stop the recording. After that, we can have further discussion if you have anything. Okay? Okay, bye bye. Have a good day for recording, students. Let's stop it.